Step into Tyrone, a place steeped in history and culture, from ancient traditions to vibrant modern life. It's a county that captures the heart, home to some of Ireland's most breathtaking natural beauty, landscapes that inspire and invigorate. And right here, in this special corner of the world, we have witnessed some of sport's most historic moments. From the roar of the crowd to the skill on the pitch, Tyrone GAA is woven into the very fabric of this place.
The answer is no. He finishes to the back of the net from our goal chance.
Over the past 30 years, champions have risen and legends have been made. Clubs like Errigal Kieran, Trillick and Pomeroy have etched their stories into history. Every year, new heroes emerge, each one carrying the pride of Tyrone's footballing tradition. And it's here in this hallowed ground that the passion continues to burn brightly. This is Tyrone. More than just a county, it's a feeling. It's home. Behind those incredible performances, behind the jerseys and the tackles are just everyday people. They're our neighbours, our friends, our family. These players are part of our towns and villages. And by supporting our local businesses, we're not just helping them thrive, we're nurturing the communities that produce the talent we admire on the field. For over 30 years, Connolly's of Moy has been supporting our community. From local families to local legends, we're proud to be part of your lives, offering a wide range of quality furniture, from cosy sofas to elegant dining tables, tailored to suit every home. From choosing the perfect place to signing off on your new furniture, we're with you every step of the way. And as the echoes of past triumphs inspire us, we look forward to the future. The story of Tyrone continues to evolve, stronger than ever. In 2025, Connolly's of Moy will once again be proud sponsors of this great championship. It's not just furniture that Connolly's of Moy are delivering this year. As proud Tyrone people, we are honoured to once again support the Tyrone GAA Club Championships, one of the most historic competitions in Irish sport. Being part of this incredible tradition is a privilege for us. It's about more than sport, it's about community, loyalty and the pride we share in where we come from. This partnership with Tyrone GAA isn't just sponsorship, it's a chance to give something back. That's why this year we're doing something special. In collaboration with O'Neill's Sportswear, we're giving GAA fans the chance to win big. O'Neill's is a name known in every corner of Ireland. For generations, they've kitted out clubs, counties and communities with pride. Their gear isn't just worn, it's earned. That's why we're proud to partner with them to offer a truly meaningful prize. O'Neill's and Connolly's of Moy have teamed up to give your club the ultimate gear upgrade. One lucky team will win a full O'Neill's playing kit, and every player will also receive a club-branded kit bag courtesy of Connolly's of Moy. It's a prize that could make a real difference to a club that lives and breathes the game. To enter, simply visit connolly'sofmoy.com/sport and submit your details. The winner will be announced on October 27th. Whether you're a player, volunteer or a lifelong supporter, we'd love for your club to be in with a chance. And of course, when it comes to furniture, there's still only one place to go. You'll find us on the Omagh Road in the town of Moy. You know the saying by now. Say it with me. Where do you want to be?
Well, welcome to O'Neill's Healy Park. It's the Connolly's of Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship final. This is what it's all about. It's the O'Neill Cup, of course, first presented in 1927. And Loughmacrory going for their first, of course. Trillick, well, they're regulars to this occasion. Damien Harvey will be on commentary for you this afternoon along with Jerry McNulty. And Damien, it promises to be an intriguing encounter.
Look, it's a unique final. Loughmacrory in their first final. Trillick going for their 10th title. look, what a marvellous occasion this is going to be, and really looking forward to the action when it begins.
Bumper crowd gathering for this one this afternoon as well. You'd expect this ready to go down to the wire.
Absolutely, you've got two teams that are highly competitive. Loughmacrory trending in the right direction. They've been going well this last couple of seasons. They've deservedly reached the county final this year up against the guys who know everything about county finals and know how to handle big occasions like today. So it's a massive occasion and one we're really looking forward to.
We certainly are. Live commentary on the way for you very, very shortly. But Damien was out and about as we heard from some of the fans ahead of today's Connolly's of Moy Senior Football Championship final.
Well, joined by the Hannigan family ahead of the Tyrone Senior Championship final, the 2025 trophy up for grabs. Rita, you're looking forward to this?
Yeah, definitely. It's Trillick's day. They're going to take it easy.
A 10th title, it'll be unprecedented up against a Loughmacrory side that are in their first ever final.
Hey, Loughmacrory's a good wee side, but Trillick has the talent. They've got the experience. They're there, and the four of my nephews, they're going to win it.
How are they going to do, girls? How's it going to go today?
Trillick are going to win.
Up Trillick! Come on! Woo!
Joined by the McElduff family here from Loughmacrory. 50 years in the waiting, you're looking forward to this.
Oh, definitely. I definitely should be a good day now. Should be a good day.
And the confidence levels are high ahead of this final.
100%.
And who's going to win it for you?
It's going to take the whole team. It's going to be a combination.
You're looking forward to it, everybody? Huge celebrations.
Oh, aye. With the cup, obviously.
Job done. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome along to O'Neill's Healy Park here in Omagh for the Connolly's of Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship final between Trillick and Loughmacrory. Delighted to say I'm joined on commentary this afternoon by Dermot McNulty. Dermot, we're really looking forward to this one.
Very, very exciting. Two teams that went toe-to-toe a couple of years ago and it was penalties that separated them, so we're really looking forward to here as we see all the Waynes getting the flags ready with all the clubs as they're going to run and leave the tunnel here now in the next minute or two. Yeah,
it's a wet evening here, or wet afternoon so far here in Omagh, and a huge occasion, of course, for the under 16s of Ardbow and Carrickmore a little bit earlier on. It was Ardbow that came away with the under 16 victory and a super win for them this afternoon. But it's all about the senior championship final now ahead as we look forward to that. And the first thing we're going to do is hear from both management teams ahead of the throw-in here at Healy Park.
The coach of this Trillick side, of course, and last year was emotional. This year I'm sure will be equally as emotional with Jody Gormley in mind of this group of players.
Yes, there's no doubt about it. He's definitely there with us and we feel it, and we can remember all his phrases even. It's as if he's talking to us at times. It's just a pity he's not here.
Does it play a big part in the mindset of this group of players? Because it couldn't have been easy for them to get themselves going again and get to a back-to-back county final.
Well, it's a credit to them that they were able to absorb all the sorrow and the sadness and everything else and still get their act together to get this far.
It's been a good campaign in terms of getting to the final. There's been some rocky roads though.
Well, look, this is their own football, and you know it better than me. Like Pomeroy were I was going to say a bit unfortunate, but they were very unfortunate with the ball that came back off the crossbar in injury time. Like that's the thin margins that exist in Tyrone Championship, and I hope they don't exist today.
Peter, any injuries? Is everyone clear to play?
Everyone's clear to play. You don't expect me to say anything else.
You're looking forward to yourself. Obviously, you've been here before. You know what to expect.
Yes. It's a great place to be in a championship final. So no. Well, I haven't enjoyed all the ones I've been in, to tell you the truth, but nearly.
Peter McGetty, thank you very much. Joined now by Marty Boyle, manager of this Loughmacrory side. First of all, it's an unbelievable day for the parish and the community of Loughmacrory.
Definitely it is, and county final is a big day to anybody, you know what I mean, but when it's your first final, it probably makes it that bit more special for the community of Loughmacrory, and it's decked out in yellow and black, which is brilliant, what you want to see, and it's great for the families, it's great for the community, it's great for the people. As I say, that's what county final day is all about.
There hasn't been much time for celebration though. It's a real quick turnaround. Did that help?
No, definitely. Listen, there's an argument to be made that you would want longer, but I think it's I think we were happy with a 9-day turnaround, you know what I mean, because it was, you know, it was no room for giddiness, and it was straight down to business right away to try and get the minds right. And listen, at the end of the day, with such a short turnaround, nobody can say conclusively it's a good thing or a bad thing. The evidence over the next couple of hours will probably tell you, in hindsight, at that stage, it'll be a great thing. But we feel we're in a good place, and the boys got grounded very quickly after last Friday night.
It's a first final, obviously. Owen Rose, Gorge and Killiclare have all been in first finals and have all lost their first final. That hasn't borne anything in yourselves. You're just focused on the task in hand, and it's a big Trillick side, but you are capable.
Oh, definitely capable, you know. When you get to county final, Paddy, you have to back yourself. You know what I mean? With our performance has been progressively getting better. We feel that the graph's on the way up, you know what I mean? So we're just hoping that today that trend continues and we produce a performance, you know, befitting of county final day.
Obviously Owen and Aidan and Anton aren't involved. Anyone else unavailable, or have you a full hand to select from?
Apart from Anton and Owen, who are huge losses now, everybody else seems to be available at this moment in time. Paddy?
You're looking forward to it?
Can't wait.
Yeah, you've heard from the management teams of Trillick and Loughmacrory ahead of the Connolly of Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship final here in Healy Park in Omagh. As the band makes its way out of the tunnel across on the far side, it was a huge welcome just a few moments ago for the men from Loughmacrory and the men from Trillick as they made their way out of the tunnel across on the far side. Dermot, one or two wee changes on the way here, I believe, but we'll come to them very shortly. But just the occasion itself, what a huge day for both clubs.
Huge day. I think, you know, Peter talked about the fact that, you know, they have a way maybe in trying to do it for Jody. You know, and Loughmacrory's way is, you know, this is their first final. Let's try and bring the O'Neill Cup home. And there's a lot of men in that club have spent hours thinking about it, and, you know, in terms of the coaching aspect. But you look back at Trillick and you're going, how many finals have they been in such a short period of time? There's so much experience. It's going to be
a fifth final in 7 years, Dermot. Is some going?
It's just a real shout out to consistency and delivery of, you know, turning up every, you know, in the dark, deep winter months and training hard for days like this here. And, you know, Trillick will be, you know, sore after last year having not got across the line, and, you know, maybe that'll be the wee thing that gets them across the line today.
Yeah, just before we take a look at down through the two team sheets, a reminder of how they got here. Loughmacrory back on this Friday the 12th of September in Omagh here had a 119-211 victory over Killiclare. Then on the quarter-final game, they're a 117-210 victory over Donaghmore down in Dungannon. It was a semi-final, of course. First game, obviously it went to a replay, but the first day out they had 19 points to 116 against Carrickmore in Pomeroy. That was on the 12th of October. And then on the Friday night, 9 days ago, they took on Carrickmore and defeated them to reach their first ever Tyrone Senior Football Championship final on a scoreline of 116-4-6 against Carrickmore. The men from Trillick, well, they began their journey here back on the 13th of September in Carrickmore. A 23-116 victory over Dungannon in an incredible game of football that afternoon in Carrickmore. We're out on Friday the 26th of September back here in Omagh with a 113-111 victory over Pomeroy. A really close fought encounter, that one. In fact, Pomeroy hit the crossbar in the last minute of the game and could have won the game, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. They've moved on into the semi-final now. They had a victory, a 113 victory over the Holders, 113-111 victory over Holders, Errigal Cairn, and it was small margins that got some of these teams into this final. But that's the nature of the Tyrone Championship.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, history will just see a scoreline, but people that were at those games will remember the close misses and the great scores, and maybe the wee important block and things like that there. But at the end of the day, these two teams have been on a journey, and they're both here today, and they'll be wanting to perform on the big day.
Right, we're going to start and take a look into the two teams. We're going to begin with the Trillick team, and in goals, the line out is as follows this afternoon. We've one change actually on the team, which we'll come to very shortly. It's in the corner forward, but the man wearing number 1 is Joe Maguire, and he starts in his 5th Tyrone Senior Football Championship final. Wearing number 2 is Dara Gallagher, his 6th Tyrone final. Started off as a forward back in 2015. Peter McCahey, he's a cousin of Kieran Daly, the midfielder. This is his 3rd Senior Championship final, and that he'll start at number 3 for the Reds. Stephen O'Donnell, the older brother of Shawnee, is in at corner back wearing number 4. It's Colm Garrity, a man that was actually born in the Isle of Man, who is lining out at wing half back for Trillick this evening. And it's Rory Brennan at centre half back, a 6-time TTM All-Star, playing in his 6th Tyrone County final this evening. And it's Michael Gallagher at wing half back, a man that would come on as a sub in last year's the final defeat over Errigal Kieran. At midfield, it's Liam Gray, 5 points from play in the championship so far this year. Younger brother of Ryan Gray, of course, who misses out through injury. Kieran Daly is a man who wears number 9, of son of Conor Daly, a man who won a senior championship match, or senior championship trophy with Carrickmore, of course. Shawnee O'Donnell, the county man, lines out at wing half forward. He's joined, of course, by another county man, the legend that is Matty Donnelly, a 2-time national All-Star, and one word describes this man: leadership. The man at wing half forward, Charlie Donnelly, back-to-back winner of the Macrory and Hogan Cups with Omagh CBS, and man of the match in the Hogan Cup final. A first start in a Tyrone Senior Championship final this evening for Charlie Donnelly. At corner forward, it's James Gardy, brother of Simon, 5th championship final appearance for James Gardy. And at Lee Brennan, who leads the way in terms of shooting for and score getting for Trillick, 16 points in the championship so far this year. He'll take part in his 6th senior championship final this evening. And Liam Corey, well, he misses out. He drops out in place of Simon Gardy, who comes in wearing number 21. Simon Gardy, younger brother to James, and he will be the man that takes over at corner forward. We'll move into the Loughmacrory side. It's Oisín O'Kane in goals. His father Hugh was part of the Loughmacrory team that won the junior championship back in 1980. Dara Cornan lines out at number 2. He's part of Malach O'Rourke's training squad and has been for the last year or so. Nathan Kelly captains the side from fullback, the 29-year-old who actually managed Loughmacrory Minors to a Grade 1 league title this year as well. Arnie Masadulkas is a man wearing number 4, one of 3 Loughmacrory players who were part of the Tyrone Under-17 All-Ireland winning team back in 2017. Shane Dobbs lines out at wing half-back, one of the elder statesmen of the team, but a man that will be giving us all this afternoon for Loughmacrory. Ronan Fox is at centre half-back. He was midfield for Tyrone Under-20s in 2024. Shea Conway lines out at wing half-back wearing number 7. This is a breakthrough year for Shea, and what a year to come through onto the Loughmacrory senior team. Aidan Donaghy, he's the man at midfield, part of the 2017 All-Ireland winning team as well, the Under-17 All-Ireland winning team. Cathal Donaghy, brother, one of 5 Donaghys on this Loughmacrory squad. He's a current Tyrone senior footballer, of course, as well. Gareth Donaghy at wing half forward, Ulster University student. Owen McElhone, 10 points in this year's championship. Back-to-back Under-20 Ulster and All-Ireland titles and Young Footballer of the Year last year. Cahar Gallagher is the man that lines out at wing half forward. He scored 1-5 in the championship so far this year. He's a out-and-out score getter before the likes of McElhone and McCullough came along. Cormac Mina lines out at corner forward, and he's the 8th free taker for this Loughmacrory side, with a fearsome reputation and a fiery temper in terms of getting stuck into the game. It's Rory McCullough who lines out at full forward, another man that's won back-to-back All-Ireland titles with the Under-20s and back-to-back Hogan Cups as well. What a record. Oisín McCallan, he's at corner forward, a breakthrough year for him, scored the 2nd goal against Donaghmore in the quarter-final. And of course his father Rory very heavily involved in the Air Oak team. Lots and lots to look forward to this evening in this one, Dermot. And you know these guys better than most.
There's a lot of young talent here on both sides that have, over the last couple of years, have sort of made their way into the senior ranks of their own clubs. And you know, you're just sort of looking at them very, very proud that they've developed as young men now, and they're going to be representing their clubs on the biggest club day in Tyrone. And exciting for everybody, and exciting for the referee and his panel who are out in the middle of the field now, as Mark Loughran's first senior championship final. The Errigal Kieran man will be joined
this evening by Stephen Campbell and Cathal Bell on the sideline. Mark Nugent will act as fourth official, and as umpires today, Fergal Ward, Tommy Traynor, Brian McAnally and Paddy Grimes. As the last bits and pieces of last instructions, Dermot, what will the final instructions be to these two teams, do you reckon?
I honestly feel like the first 10 minutes is going to be huge. I think this could dictate the terms of the game and how it's played, and it nearly feels like it'll be a 10-minute sprint, and then maybe the game will settle down and we'll get sort of what way, and whoever's leading is maybe going to be able to dictate the terms of how the game's going to be played. As it's nearly strange here today, the wind's going the opposite direction the way it normally goes in Healy Park, and it's going to into the town rather than into the Gorchin Road end. So we're really looking forward to seeing how both teams play the elements.
Not no doubt about that. So we look down to the two management teams, something that you're very familiar with, Jeremy. We look there, Peter McGinnity, a man that has obviously guided St Michael's and so on in the past. He's won 3 senior football championship medals with Fermanagh side Rosslea, and he also has his 3 Antrim titles as well with St John's, believe it or not, down in Antrim as well. Richard Thornton, a man that obviously came in and was brought in by Judy, and he's been a big part of this Trillick setup this year.
Yeah, a real shrewd operator, and he's been around the block with a few high profile clubs, and I know Trillick were delighted when they were able to get him in the door, and he's brought this real emphasis of remembering everything they've done in the past, but adding his own wee stamp to it as well. And this Trillick group are delighted to have him on board.
I mean, you look into the Loughmacrory side, of course. Marty Boyle, a former Derry minor and under-20 manager. He's joined by Kieran Mina, who's the current senior manager for Derry. The likes of Mark McCullough and Ryan Keenan and Luke Barrett and Stephen McCullough and so on. That's a serious setup in terms of management expertise as well.
Absolutely. I would have worked with Martin when I was subbing in South Derry, and he was a shrewd operator, and he's really bought into everything that Loughmacrory is, because it is a real community that is everything's going one direction for their football club. And then you've got club men there like Mark McCullough, Kieran Mina, Ryan Keenan, Stephen McCullough, etc., that are just die for the club in terms of their work rate, behind the scenes. And then you've got Luke Barrett, who would have Jim McGuinness trusted to take training sessions with Donegal seniors as well. So it's nearly like an inter-county setup versus an inter-county setup here in terms of the sidelines.
You can see the floodlights have just come on here in O'Neill's Healy Park in Omagh, and on this county final Sunday here, a huge occasion for both these clubs. Trillick, as I say, aiming for title number 10. Loughmacrory, their first ever Tyrone Senior Football Championship final. What they would give this to be going home this evening with the O'Neill Cup underneath their arm. As I say, with both sides going through their final warm-up ahead of the throw-in here in Omagh, of course. And we just took a look at some of the scoring exploits of the teams this year as well, Dermot. I have the details on my page here. Lee Brennan, 16 points for the Trillick men this year. Kieran Daly from midfield, 8 points from midfield. James Gardy won 6. Seanie O'Donnell, 3 points. Liam Gray with 5 points. Liam Corey with 2 points. Ryan Gray, as I say, misses out through injury with a point. Matty Donnelly with 4 points. Nathan Donnelly a goal in the where'd that come in the Pomeroy game, of course. Simon Gardy 2 points. Rory Brennan 1 single point, and Dara Geller popping up with a single point for Trillick this year as well. But you look down through that there, just the 2 goals in the championship so far for Trillick.
Yeah, and I suppose you watched all the games. I suppose Errigal knew them inside out, and they got a real good goal there. In terms of, it was a penalty, but it was a real well worked move. I would say they were looking at Lee Brennan and hoping that he gets his shooting boots in terms of the frees, because the last day he missed the first couple, and then maybe that knocked his confidence a wee bit. And when we're looking at it here today, into that breeze, frees will be massive, and he needs to nail them for Trillick. No doubt about it. Rory McCullough, he'll be chasing the overall scoring record for the senior championship this year. He's 21 points so far in this year's championship. Owen McElhone with 10 points. Pádraig Mina 11 points. Cathal Donaghy 9, Jahar Gallagher 1, 5. Oisín O'Kane has a point from
goalkeeper. He kicked that against Clogher in the opening round. Arnie Masadulkas, of course, 3 points in the championship so far this year, as has Shane Dobbs. Gareth Donaghy from wing half forward has kicked 6 points. Aidan Donaghy in the middle of the field has kicked a single point. Dara McKern has kicked a point, as has and Oisin McClellan has actually popped up with a goal. And I said Trillick only scored 2 goals, so have Loughmacrory.
And you know, you're reading out there, and maybe a few of those players have got a couple of extra scores, but you got to remember that, you know, Loughmacrory have had that one extra game as well. You know, Rory McCullough there with 21 points. You know, he's 1 point off Danny Fullerton, who's in the lead at the moment. So you would expect if he has a shooting bus with him today, that he should shoot ahead and be ahead of Danny after this today. So, but Loughmacrory, they'll definitely, I think they need to get to about 20 points today if they have any chance of winning. So they'll definitely have their shooting boots on. Yeah, and the scoring in the championship hasn't been as high for Trillick as it has been in previous years. Dermot, coming into the game, they're averaging just 18 points per game as opposed to 22 points in the league. So that's a wee bit of fall off in terms of league form. But obviously it is championship, and it's the danger of the knockout, the trapdoor at any point in time. But the one thing that has been fairly consistent, they're only really conceding about 15 points per game in the championship. Yeah, and I think you look at, they were able to hold Errigal Kieran for long spells without Errigal Kieran scoring, and that would be Loughmacrory's biggest concern here today, I would say, is that if Trillick's defence is able to hold the main players for Loughmacrory down, then where is Loughmacrory's scores going to come from? But if you're looking at Trillick's attack, you definitely think that if they nail their frees, they'll work their scores, and Kieran Daly in the middle of the field, you'll expect to kick 2 or 3 anyway. Yeah, Loughmacrory, they've averaged about 20 odd points in the championship. You said they'll have to get to 21, you reckon, to win it? Aye, it's a big prediction, isn't it? But I think homework well done on that one. I know, but it's just, you know, you're talking to a few people, and it's just with a 2-pointer and this breeze and different things, I just feel like you know, it's nearly like a couple of years ago in the old rules when Dublin were playing. If you felt like you needed to get to over 20 to beat them, and I think today Trillick are that experienced team. I think Loughmacrory need to get to 20 to have a fighting chance. And the one thing we don't want to see is that this game is decided on a technicality, like a breach or something like that. Aye, and that would be, I would just suck the energy or the air out of the whole place. But then I suppose if it is a breach, the free still has to be kicked, you know, and that decision of do you go for the 1, do they pull it back out for the 2 or whatever, and there'll be decisions they got there that have to be made, and players and management, I'm sure, will have talked them all through. Yeah, Danny Fullerton is the man that sits on top of the scoring chart so far in the senior championship with 22 points. I believe 216 he's kicked this year. But I say the likes of Rory McCullough just a single point behind him, and Lee Brennan might fancy 5 or 6 points this evening as well. See if he can move ahead of that. We're just a few minutes away now, a few seconds away from the two teams making their way behind the band here for of course the traditional parade around the pitch. The Cyan Mills pipe band just down in front of us on our right hand side, and as I say, the teams from, or the ultras from Trillick and Loughmacrory gathered away up on the terracing on our left hand side as we look out here, and thankfully, Dermot, the rain has stopped. Yeah, I think, you know, we want it's a final, and we want everybody to have a chance to play their best stuff, and when there's always going to be some form of a factor in terms of the weather, and it looks like it's the wind today, but the rain can hold off. I think we're in for a real cracking game of football. It's, you know, a few people have said all week it's a classic just waiting to go, you know, and I think once this whistle goes, I'm sure Sparky will just let the boys play. Yeah, both sides making their way across. The substitutes and management have left them to it. They're just making their way. Have you spotted something? There is a late change. It looks like, I would say, Michael McNamee is definitely going to be starting for Oisin McCallum. Yeah, so a late change on the Loughmacrory side, not one that wasn't highlighted to us, but it's Michael McNamee that comes in wearing number 18, and it looks like he's going to come in place of Oisin McCallum. Of course, Michael McNamee, current captain of the Omagh CBS Macrory Cup. Yeah, and he's, you know, I had him on a Macrory squad as a 5th year, like, you know, I knew there was quality there, and he got his first start in the semi-final and in the replay against Carrickmore, and was very good, and that probably helps me with the matchups that I was sitting doing as my homework, you know, as well. So. Well, we'll come to the matchups very shortly, but both teams, they've gathered behind the Cyan Mills pipe band, and they're about to head off on the traditional march around the field ahead of the Connolly's of Omagh Tyrone Senior Football Championship
final here in Healy Park in Omagh, and that's just about to get going. You can just see Donal McGee down there, head of operations, making sure that everything's in place and ready to go, as they say. And I see Benny Hurl out there in the middle of the field taking a few photographs as well. It's going to be a huge occasion here for both these teams. A huge occasion, of course, for Loughmacrory ahead of this Connolly's Omagh Tyrone Senior Championship, and we're just waiting for the go ahead for them to start their parade around the field. And these are big moments, and moments to get right as well, Dermot.
Yeah, I think in the back of your head, you know, there's positive thoughts, there's negative thoughts, and I suppose that's where maybe the bit of the psychology comes in, and where the management have spoke about all week is it's just these things are part of the big day. But you at the end of the day, once the ball's thrown in, you have to go and play a game of football. And
but there'd be things they would have talked about this, wouldn't they?
Aye, absolutely.
You have to get these moments right.
Yeah, you know, and I suppose there is maybe they're now standing for over a minute, so the core temperature of the body will be definitely have fallen down a wee bit.
So they head off on their parade, and well, this is it. This is the one true championship. Forget about the round robins, forget about the back doors, forget about the side doors. There's only one door that everybody wants to avoid in Tyrone, and that's the trap door. 16 teams set out to be here today. 15 games and an incredible 38 goals and 469 points later. Just 2 teams are left standing. The men from Trillick St McCartans set off behind the parade here as they walk in the shadows of the footprints of the men from 1937, 1974, 1975, 1980, 1983, 1986, 2015, 2019 and 2023. And on the stand side of the pitch here in Healy Park in Omagh, the Loughmacrory men march out on the ground that they've only ever dreamt of marking out before today, making their first impressions on the senior county final day turf ahead of the biggest game of Gaelic football that Tyrone has to offer. New territory for these Loughmacrory men, but new territory, and it's not new territory in the minds of the hundreds of young people from Loughmacrory. That preschool tournament that takes place 5 days a week in the parish chapel car park before the first bell of St Teresa's Primary School have carved out days like this for Loughmacrory. That chapel car park was their county final day long before they got here today. Loughmacrory are ready. The formidable challenge of 9-time senior champions Trillick await. The stage is set. The script is about to be written. Enjoy what's about to unfold, because you're about to witness the 2025 Connolly's Omagh Tyrone Senior Football Championship final. That day has arrived. The preparation is complete. The words are spoken. It's all about the 30 players on the pitch right now and the football that's about to be thrown in. Dermot.
Here, I am excited at the moment here. I don't know who's won the fan war behind the goals. There's Loughmacrory flares, there's Trillick flares. Everybody's very, very excited. And now I'll think about a few matchups here for you. So Rory Brennan got a man of the match in the semi-final. I think Loughmacrory are going to have to think about dealing with him, and I think maybe Ronan Fox is going to be given that option of tagging him. You look at the marquee forwards. Dara Gallagher took care of Dara Canavan, and I think Dara Gallagher will get Rory McCullough. I think just for the physical size, and then it's who marks Mackers Omagh at home, and I think he's a bit like Rory Canavan and his movements and different things he got there, so why not Michael Gallagher take him? You know, and then you go with Peter McCahey on the size of Porrick Mina. Cahir Gallagher, who got 1-3 in the semi-final. Stevie O'Donnell, you know, ex-captain of the team, will probably mark him. And then Colin Gardy will be on Gareth Donaghy. This is the thing, the interesting thing, the last day for Loughmacrory was they moved Aidan Donaghy back to Mark Larkin McGarty. So maybe they move Aidan Donaghy out of the middle of the field to Mark Matty Donnelly because of the influence that Matty has in the game. And if that's the case, they have to find a midfielder to join Cahill. And I think maybe it is Shay Conway who comes and marks Kieran Daly and then allows Cahill Donaghy to maybe attack more, and that'll be a Cahill Donaghy Liam Gray battle. The big forwards, Shawnee O'Donnell, county player, Dara Kern, maybe he's wearing 2, but I think he'll come out. I think Dara Kern will take Shawnee O'Donnell. And then the other side, I think Shane Dobbs and Charlie Donnelly will be the matchup. That leaves the 2 Gardies and Lee Brennan. Who are they going to be marked by? And I think that's why Michael McNamee's in there. I think Michael McNamee will be given the responsibility of marking the marquee inside forward to Lee Brennan. And then I think the 2 Gardies, James and Simon, will be marked by Arnold and Nathan Kelly. And I think we're set for a cracking game. I think on the 2 things and the keepers, Oisin O'Kane his kick out has gone to a new level, I feel, and he's the range of kickouts, whether it's medium, short, or even the massive long range one he has, and it'll be interesting with this breeze. If he can nail them today, that'll be maybe a foothold that Loughmacrory will really enjoy. And Joe Maguire, you know, he'll have to have a good day because the kick-out press of Loughmacrory is impressive. So the kick-outs could be massive, particularly in this breeze today.
No doubt about it. The two teams have almost made their way to the end of the march, away across on the far side, in underneath the stand here in Omagh as we prepare for this Tyrone Senior Championship, Connolly's Boy Tyrone Senior Championship final. We're just a few moments away from the throw-in. Seems to be a bit of a jam down in that corner. They seem to have stalled slightly.
I'm thinking maybe no team wants to run away, and they're just going to stand there and deal with her on the vein from there, possibly.
Well, we never know. It's I'm surprised that the two teams haven't broken away from the corner down there. But as I say, we're just a few seconds away from the beginning here. And as you say, I think it's a bit of a mind games going on slightly early here. Which team breaks early from the parade? Both teams peel away from it now and go and head to march beside their own. The Loughmacrory men look like they're going to be joined by all the substitutes on one end of the field. Trillick at the Gorgian end road of the ground. And let's just savour the atmosphere ahead of the throw-in here.
Connolly, Healy, former player, coach, Jennifer Wood, Pomeroy, formerly Connolly, sister of Stephen Leader, former county player, Tommy McAleer, Billy Clother, father of referee Tommy McAleer, and finally Katrina Judge, a very special daughter of former referee Sean and wife Claire, Sean, former secretary of Loughmacrory.
Have an impeccable moment's silence ahead of the throw-in here at O'Neill's Healy Park in Omagh to remember those who are no longer with us since the last time we met here in the Tyrone Senior Championship final. And now we're going to have Around the Vein that will be sung this evening by Loughmacrory from Derrylaughon. There we have it, almost ready to go here in Omagh. The last few instructions have been issued by the Loughmacrory management down on our left hand side as they gather into their huddle. The Trillick men, they've elected to go to the handshakes and the high fives on our right hand side, and we're almost ready to go. So who's it going to be? Is it going to be Loughmacrory for a first ever Connolly Tyrone Senior Championship title, or is it going to be 9 times champions Trillick? The Reds, can they make it 10 this evening here in Omagh? Jeremy, I'm not going to ask you to call it because that would be really unfair. But the big thing is Loughmacrory have to get off to a good start here.
Yeah, I think so. You'll take the start they had against Carrickmore up in Pomeroy, the start they had against Killyclahar here on the first round. I think if they can get a start like that there, and they are playing with the breeze, so they definitely need to be going in at half time up ahead.
They absolutely do, as Mark Lahern is in the middle of the field, ball at his feet, almost ready to go here. It's the man from Trillick who will play from left to right as we look out here for the first half, and they will play into the breeze from what we can see coming off the Gorchin Road end of the ground.
Well, there's my first. Arnie looks like he's going to take Shawnee O'Donnell and Dara Kearns and Lee Brennan.
And we're almost ready to go. Mark Lahern, this is the Connolly Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship final. 60 minutes of football ahead, and probably a little bit more, as we're up and we are running here. Ball in the air, and there's the Trillick men that are onto it straight away and have possession of the ball away across on the far side. They can launch their first attack of the match. It's Kieran Daly that takes it out for them. The county man takes it down that left hand side of the field. He's found Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly cuts in from the angle, looking for options around him, and it's back in the hands of them. Well, it's now in the hands of James Gardy, who plays it out the field of play. Trillick just will be patient here. They'll want to keep ball and suck the energy out of this game nice and early as Dara Gallagher feeds it out to this right hand side into the hands of Liam Gray. Liam Gray heads towards the edge of the neat little pass in towards that inside forward. Dara Kern got across and done brilliantly well there. The ball's been taken away by Michael McNamee, but a loose pass has gone astray and it's over the bar, and Charlie Donnelly is the man that adds the first score of the game. Super one it was.
Yeah, it was, and simply put the pressure on Michael McNamee, and he coughed possession up, and Trillick with a high press turned it over straight away, and Charlie kicks it over the bar, and now he's cat a kick out.
Huge kick out away across the far side out into the hands of Charlie Donnelly, and Charlie Donnelly plays it out the far side. What a great start to him, making his first appearance in a Tyrone Senior Championship final. Ball now in the hands of James Gardy down that left hand side, out towards the very experienced Matty Donnelly. Further on out the field of play, Trillick have possession in the hands of Rory Brennan under no sort of pressure whatsoever. Loughmacrory electing to stay in and just mark the edge of that D. That 40 metre arc is now in the hands of Dara Gallagher once again. Dara Gallagher to Lee Brennan. Everybody trying to get a touch of the ball here early for Trillick. Now with in the shape of Matty Donnelly way across on the far side. They change the angle of attack and it's into the hands of Kieran Daly. Kieran Daly cuts in off the angle. Right foot of kick from him. Poor effort. Into the hands of Oisin O'Kane. Drops it out over the end for a 45. That's just about nerves. That's all that's about.
Yeah, and it's just Loughmacrory just need to get their hands on the ball just to get themselves settled. And but just on this, I suppose with a wee bit of time, Michael Gallagher's taking Ray McCullough. You've got Michael McNamee is on. I can't see which of the Gardies he's on, but he's on one of them, and Nathan Kelly's on the other. And so, but Dara Kern read Lee Brennan's backdoor cut really well on that last play. But because he just got a hand in, and once the pressure was on there, Michael McNamee, he fumbled it, and Lee Brennan will want to kick this one.
Yeah, Lee Brennan was quiet enough the last day out, but they'll be kicking into the. Well, is he kicking into the breeze? It's a crossfield breeze. A left foot kick, of course, from Lee Brennan. Hits it up high in the air, it's dropping in, and it's curling round, and it's in and it's over the bar. Super point from Lee Brennan. His first of the game. He moves his tally from 16 points to 17 points in this year's Tyrone Championship. Great start for Trillick.
Yeah, he couldn't have asked for anything better there, really. That'll give him loads of confidence. Ball
in the hands of wing halfback Shea Conway for Loughmacrory. Loughmacrory want to get hands on ball here now for a wee while, just to take the sting out of this game. Arnie has possession, plays it out to the right hand side into the hands of Aidan Donaghy. Aidan Donaghy moves, making a bit of progress up the field of play. Loughmacrory looking to try and bring Owen McElhone into the game for the first time. McElhone deep inside his own half of the field, plays possession out the way across to the far side. Loughmacrory looking to move it now into the hands of Ronan Fox. Ronan Fox onto the hands of Cathal Donaghy. Cathal Donaghy moving forward for Loughmacrory, trying to get a shooting opportunity. Plays it out to the far side. It's now in the hands of McElhone, the playmaker, the man they want on the ball. Slips it into the inside forward line. Ball goes a little loose. It's on the ground and it's fouled on the ground. And the man that I believe it was Ronan Fox that was in there, and he gives possession away, and it's going to be a free out to Trillick.
Yeah, now when you're looking at it here, Loughmacrory will be happy enough, but you can see there Trillick's pressure in the middle third is really, really impressive so far, and they're going to bring a serious bit of energy, and this is maybe the difference, the 2-week gap. They'll be able to train properly, whereas maybe Loughmacrory were only able to fit one training session in, and that can mean a lot,
Matty Donnelly has possession of the ball. He's pursued by Arnie. now into the hands of Kieran Daly. Kieran Daly looks around for options. He carries it across the field of play and has an option away out on that far side if he wants to use them. It's wing half back. It looks like Colm Gardy who's made a bit of progress. Colm Gardy moving in towards the 20 metre line, goes short with it. Now ball into the hands of Gardy, and Simon Gardy has pulled the trigger and stuck it over the bar. And it's Trillick men that lead 3-0, and it's a perfect start for the men from Trillick. The ball was moved in, and it was that man Simon Gardy that got it onto possession of the ball. He stuck it over the bar, and it's 3-0. And Loughmacrory, well, they just need to settle quickly.
They do, and maybe it's the experience of the big day. You know, Trillick have just done exactly what they wanted. Now they can maybe dictate how the game is going to be played. There could be a few slow attacks, etc. over the coming minutes, but at the moment Trillick are playing exactly the way they want to.
Arnie Marsadulkas plays the ball short into the hands now of Aidan Donaghy. Aidan Donaghy goes across the far side. He's trying to move possession to say one of 5 Donaghy brothers on the Loughmacrory panel has possession of the ball, takes it out towards the 65 metre line and moves possession further on out the field of play. Still in possession of the ball. He's pursued there by Matty Donnelly, who's just sizing up the opportunity to go in and try and make the tackle. Shane Dobbs plays it across to back into the hands of Dara Curran. Dara Curran goes short now with Cahar Gallagher. Cahar Gallagher deep inside his own half of the field. Outlet passes Dara Curran once again. Curran's made a bit of progress up the field of play. He's looking to bring Gallagher back into possession of the ball again. Gallagher has it, runs into a wall of Red, still has possession of the ball, goes to ground. The Reds have turned it over, or have they? It's a bit of a ruck forming over there, and it's now in the hands of Ronan Fox, who picks up possession. He's been in a very advanced position since the start of the game. Ball moved across towards Owen McElhone. McElhone takes possession 45 metres away from goals, looking for options ahead of him. Slips one out to the left hand side into the hands of Rory McCullough. Rory McCullough cuts back inside. Good turn from McCullough. Right for the kick. It's high, it's hanging in the air. It's dropping in, and it's dropping over the bar. And the men from Loughmacrory are on the scoreboard, and the man that gets it is Rory McCullough.
And that's, just 2 boys that have played with each other since, as you said, were alluded in the start, from primary school and the car parks. Omagh was looking for Rory, and Rory just with a nice wee move and broke that wee bit of a soft enough tackle, and then was able to stroke it over the bar against the breeze. So he'll be very happy with that.
You can hear what that meant way across on the far side. Is you can see Oisín O'Keane has made his way out to the centre of the field to try and contest him. Gives Trillick a little bit something else to think about here. The Loughmacrory goalkeepers lurking with intent on the midfield line as Joe Maguire attempts his first kick out. Hadn't the most successful semi-final in terms of kick outs. Kick out has been launched away out through the midfield area. Huge catch in the midfield area, and the man that gets it is it's Kieran Daly. Plays it forward towards Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly inexplicably lets the ball through his hands, and Loughmacrory come out with possession of the ball out into the hands of Aidan Donaghy. Aidan Donaghy goes to ground, has possession now back into the hands of Gareth Donaghy. Referee says a shove in the back. The Loughmacrory men elect to play the solo and go. It's now with Cathal Donaghy. Cathal Donaghy across to Aidan once again. Aidan Donaghy plays it out to the far side. It's Arnie Marsadulkas takes possession of the ball, goes towards the 65 metre line, and away across on the far side is Ronan Fox. Ronan Fox back now towards Aidan Donaghy once again, looking around, looking for options. He just slows possession down. Loughmacrory just want to maybe just take the sting out of the game a bit here. So Owen McElhone plays the ball forward into that inside forward line. He's not going to get possession back, and he's got it. Owen McElhone pulls the trigger from out the field, and Owen McElhone has opened his account and sticks it over the bar. It's 3 points to 2. Good response from Loughmacrory.
Brilliant. And what he did there was he just eyed up Michael Gallagher in a one-on-one, and he was able to just play that nice pass in. And then he does that many wee jinks in here, and then he was off the shoulder, lovely pass, and he strokes it over the left foot. And Loughmacrory were delighted with it to get their 2 young forwards, scores early, and now they're right back in it. 8 minutes gone in the contest already. It flies along these senior championship finals as possession of the ball has been won by Loughmacrory. Once again, they're putting a real heat on Joe Maguire's kick out. Ball now out towards midfielder. That's Cathal Donaghy. Cathal Donaghy has possession of the ball for Loughmacrory, looking for an outlet pass perhaps on the far side. Turns around, gives it out to his brother. That's Cathal. Towards Aidan Donaghy. Aidan Donaghy towards Dobbs. Dobbs out towards Marsadulkas. Marsadulkas on to the hands of Owen McElhone, the quarterback, the man that can make things happen. He has possession of the ball now once again. Takes it into the half forward line. Turns back inside. Looks for a shot perhaps, but then moves it out towards Cahar Gallagher. Cahar Gallagher, lovely little turn inside. Cahar Gallagher's shot goes well out to the left of the post and wide, and he records Loughmacrory's opening way to the game. In fact, it's the first way to the game. Yeah, and Cahar, had a lovely jink off the right foot, But maybe there was a wee bit of pressure on the back as he was kicking it, but he'd be disappointed to miss the target.
Kick out from Joe Maguire, lands away across the far side. Once again, the Loughmacrory men are onto it. They're putting savage pressure on that kick out as Gareth Donaghy picks up possession. He's ably pursued this time by Matty Donnelly, but Matty Donnelly fouls him, and Shane Dobbs heads off on another attack and run. Shane Dobbs, 3 points in the championship so far this year. Takes possession, looks across, looking for options as Loughmacrory move across the halfway line into enemy territory. Take possession through the hands of momentarily there Aidan Donaghy, and now on to Cathal Donaghy. Donaghy moves it away across now into the hands of Aidan once again. Aidan just out towards the 40-metre arc. Short pass now finds Cathal. Cathal Donaghy has possession 20 metres away from goals, but he's very close to the sideline. As you can see, turns back inside left with a kick there. And if he kicks it over the bar, there'll be a huge roar in the far side, and it's a 2-pointer effort, and the man that gets it is Cathal Donaghy. What a super piece of football from him, and what a score.
Yeah, he has a fantastic left foot, and you've got to say the platform that Loughmacrory are getting here at the moment is it's a mistake.
And they're in. It's Owen McElhone. Owen McElhone running towards the edge of the square. He's taken down, and there's a chance for a goal. Rips it off the crossbar and back out into play, but it's going to be a free in, and there might be a decision to be made about a booking here.
Yeah, Peter McCahey could be Peter McCahey that wasn't a tackle now. That would be good in Lansdowne Road or something like that there now.
Owen McElhone hammers it off the crossbar and back out into play, but there's a huge moment there, and the pressure that's on the kick out, the Trillick kick out, Loughmacrory seem to have it sussed.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're saying. The platform they've got to get back into the game here has been based off purely on the kick out press, and Trillick are struggling there.
Peter McCahey, yellow card.
It's an early one to be getting.
Himself slightly fortunate. It might have been a black. But it's Peter McCahey that picks up the yellow card, and he'll be relieved, no doubt. But Loughmacrory have this kick to go 2 ahead.
Yeah, and if you'd have said after 4 minutes that Loughmacrory were going to lead by 2 points after 11 minutes, you would have been amazed. So,
well, that's exactly what they've done. As Rory McCullough hammers it through the post and over the bar, his first free of the game, and it's Loughmacrory who lead 5 points to 3 in this Connolly's Omagh Tyrone Senior Football Championship final. Here comes the kick out once again. Trillick really struggling with the early kick outs so far. Joe Maguire, there's a lot of pressure on him. There's a lot of pressure on both goalkeepers as he elects to go long and launches it one away across to the far side. Once again, it's the men from Loughmacrory that take possession of the ball. They have it now in the hands of wing half forward, and it's into there's a chance here once again to slot it in and over the bar, and the man that gets it is Cahir Gallagher. And suddenly they've gone from 3-0 down to 6-3 up.
Yeah, and what a fetch by Ronan Fox. But the key thing is then they've got the runners, runners breaking lines, and Trillick aren't being set after their kick out. And this is a massive problem here for Joe and Trillick here at the moment. They just cannot get their hands on the ball. They cannot get their hands on the ball, is right. And as the ball goes out to this near side, and once again Loughmacrory into trying to fight for possession of the ball, and then they have it into the hands of Park Mina. Park Mina moves the ball forward into the hands of McElhone. McElhone says thank you very much, sticks it over the bar, and that's the his second point of the game, and suddenly Loughmacrory leads 7-3. Yeah, and this is what the new rules bring. It's momentum, and kickouts. There's no this forcing a wee short anymore and trying to get it back to the keeper. At the moment, it's very interesting. The way that the kids kick out press is very much like a Jim McGuinness Donegal team in terms of a Z sort of a setup. It's very, very interesting. Ball away across the far side. Loughmacrory win possession of the ball again. They're eating up that midfield area. Cahir Gallagher pulls the trigger from long range, but this one slides out to the left of the post and wide. A second wide of the opening half for Loughmacrory. And once again the kick out is going to be under scrutiny here. Yeah, and I suppose as well, not only Joe's kicking against the breeze as well, so anything that it goes a wee bit high is nearly hanging in the air too. It allows Loughmacrory to really, really attack it, and I suppose Oisin O'Kane there as well is another big body. The short kick out's not on either, so they have to launch it away across the far side. It goes ready through the centre of the field. Loughmacrory trying to break onto the break ball, but Kieran Daly did brilliantly well. Moves possession across into the hands of Stevie O'Donnell. O'Donnell into the hands now of Matty Donnelly. Trillick, they're the team that now need to settle into the game. They find themselves 4 points down. What are we? 13.5 minutes into the opening half. It's Lee Brennan that has possession. Goes across to the far side into the hands of his brother Rory. Rory, who's just played one single full game for Trillick this year. It was a semi-final victory over Ergel Kieran, a man that's been ravaged with injuries throughout
the 2025 season. A ball out into the hands of momentarily of Colm Gardy, and now into the hands of Stevie O'Donnell once again. 45 metres away from goals, out on the right hand side he's got Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly picks up possession for Trillick, heads towards the edge of the D, trying to cut in off the angle once again. Matty Donnelly showing all his experience, trying to move Trillick back into this contest. Ball into the hands of Gardy. Gardy tries to get possession away, but once again the tackles are flying in. There's 1, 2, 3 Loughmacrory men there. Has he overcarried it? The referee says he was fouled.
Lee's telling him to set it down, so Lee's obviously fancies this one. I suppose his confidence will be high after the 45 that he's kicked, but it was an unbelievable pickup there by Simon Gardy there under unbelievable pressure.
Serious
pressure.
That
lovely wee dink. Lee isn't putting it in the ground, so he mustn't. He thinks end of the breeze, so just keep the ball
across the field of play into the hands of Michael Gallagher. Now it's back in the hands of Lee Brennan once again inside that 45 metre line, heading towards the New York, that 40 metre arc now with Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly takes possession, looks across the far side. He's got options out to his left hand side, and one of them is Rory Brennan. And maybe the Loughmacrory man might have breached the halfway line. Owen McElhone looked like he was lurking over that halfway line. There's been a few signals. I believe Mark Loughearn might be getting a call here very shortly to move the ball in, but no, play on for the time being as Kieran Daly takes it. Kieran Daly has possession of the ball. Way across the far side is Matty Donnelly once again. He finds himself in space, but it's very close to the stand side. Short pass once again into that inside forward line. The man that has it, well, it's now back into the hands of Colm Gardy. Colm Gardy looks for possession, looks to take possession on, as I should say, gives it now into the hands of wing half forward. That's Shonny O'Donnell. Shonny O'Donnell, brilliant run from Shonny O'Donnell right through the centre. Shonny O'Donnell, can he get a shot away? He elects to fist it in and fist it over the bar off the goalkeeper's hands. No, it's gone back out into play. Oisín O'Kane did brilliantly well, Dermot.
Unbelievable. It was an amazing run by Shonny, and he'll be disappointed not to get anything from it. Just going back to that breach, I think it was obviously the 4-yard grace now or whatever that's given, and Owen will be glad of that rule that came in, because he definitely did breach it.
Ball away across now into the hands of Dara Kern. Dara Kern picks up possession of the ball. He's in that probably that centre half back position at the minute for Loughmacrory. Takes possession towards the halfway line and then plays the ball forward, and the man that's on it is Arnie Massadulka. Takes possession, launches it into that inside forward line into the hands of Rory McCullough. Rory McCullough trying to get away from his man. Rory McCullough onto the left boot, drops it in. As he dropped it short, he has indeed. Easily dealt with by Joe Maguire. Feeds it out towards Rory Brennan. Rory Brennan takes it out towards the 40 metre arc and beyond that 40 metre arc. Short solo run. Options available is Michael Gallagher. Michael Gallagher back to the hands of Brennan. Brennan out into the hands of Colm Gardy. Colm Gardy heads off on the run. A supreme athlete on this Trillick team moves forward once again into the hands of Shonny O'Donnell. Just over the halfway line. O'Donnell takes it now. He's fouled in the act of trying to play the ball forward, and the referee says that is a foul, no doubt about it, and he's off once again on her run. Shonny O'Donnell takes it towards the 45 metre line. Still O'Donnell in possession of the ball, just over the 45 metre line now. Options there was perhaps Matty Donnelly, but he elected against that. Now further out the field of play, it's out into the hands now of Kieran Daly. Kieran Daly across towards his fellow midfielders, Liam Gray. Liam Gray off the outside of the right boot, and that's you knew straight away. Dermot.
He'd be disappointed with that now. The whole thing opened up for him, and he's normally a very good score taker from the middle of the field, and it just sliced off the foot as Oisín O'Kane's gone long.
And Rory Brennan,
the house was down if he didn't get it.
Brilliantly well. Rory Brennan there gets it across to his brother Lee, and now into the hands of Rory Brennan once again. Rory Brennan to the 13 metre line, trying to cut in off the angle, pursued there by Dara Kern. Right foot a kick from Rory Brennan. What a superb point. That was all about Rory Brennan.
All Rory Brennan, because if he doesn't get his hand out there, Oisín O'Kane had spotted, and it was Dara Kern and Rona Fox were gone on that side, and that's the thing Loughmacrory had been working on in their long kick out, and Rory Brennan read it, got a hand it, and then went up the pitch and kicked it. And that's great leadership, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. 4th point for Trillick, 3rd from play. Ball into the hands now of the men from Loughmacrory through Cathal Donaghy inside his own half of the field, well inside his own half of the field. Simon Gardy comes across to try and cut his angle. Then he elects to go past him. He just eased past him without much of a problem. Offloads possession of the ball into the hands of Cathal Donaghy, Aidan Donaghy was actually moving forward. Now the ball goes short. Trillick come away with possession of the ball. They're the hungrier team in that defence at the minute. Take possession out towards that far side, and they come out the field of play once again, trying to clear their lines back in towards that cornerback slot. moved the ball now across towards Lee Brennan, who's, look where he is, deep inside his own half of the field, trying to gain possession and move it further on up the field of play. It's now in the hands of Liam Gray. Liam Gray heading towards the 45 metre line, offloads possession to Kieran Daly. He'll run all day, has possession of the ball, cuts in off the angle, trying to get a shot away perhaps, in towards Molly Donnelly. Molly Donnelly, cool as you like, plays it back out the field of play, out towards cornerback. That's into the hands now of Derek Gallagher. Derek Gallagher to Lee Brennan on the edge of the arc. Lee Brennan winds one up, but it's dropping out. It's dropping short. There's a chance for a goal, and it's gone to the net. And a huge mistake in the Loughmacrory defence, and the ball has gone to the net. And the man that has got it is Kieran Daly. And that, well,
the lead's gone.
The lead is gone and wiped out.
Yeah, if we look at it here now, Oisin O'Kane seems to come and attack, and it just, he just was on the way down when he caught it, was trying to catch it, so the ball just bumped out off the fingertips as the ball goes again.
Suddenly the sides are level at 7 points to 1 goal and 4, and there's a men from Loughmacrory that have possession of the ball. Once again down this right hand side, or left hand side rather, it's into the hands of McCullough. McCullough takes it out towards the 45 metre line, goes short towards Micklehone. Loughmacrory had worked so hard to build up a 4-point lead in the contest, and now it's all gone. And here comes Micklehone down this left hand side. He's dancing, just trying to get his man to commit to going one way or the other. Plays the ball back out the field of play into the hands now of Dara Curran. Dara Curran has got Arnie Aquake crossing the far side if he wants to use him. Dara Curran cuts back out to this left hand side once again. Is he going to go short? He is indeed. Plays it into the hands of Cathal Donaghy. Cathal Donaghy has an option away across the far side, but once again Loughmacrory electing to go short here. That's just knocked the stuffing out of them slightly. Ball into the hands now of Rory McCullough, going down this left hand side, cuts in off the 40 metre arc. Rory McCullough winds up, and Rory McCullough's absolutely nailed one. What a super score that is from Rory McCullough. His third of the game, 2 from play, 1 from a free.
Yeah, here this is the thing that they've developed over the last couple of years. I suppose they were maybe known as a defensive team, but they won another kick out by the looks of it.
Well, they have. Dara Gallagher fouled the Loughmacrory man going for the ball. The Loughmacrory man was Gareth Donaghy, and they're on the march once again, and Gareth Donaghy has possession of the ball for Loughmacrory, heading into traffic, gives it out to Micklehone. Micklehone looked like he was going to have a shot, goes short with the ball. Now the ball is recycled out towards the midfield area once again, and it's now with the Donaghys, Aidan Donaghy. Aidan Donaghy plays the ball forward towards McCullough. McCullough turns, looking for options, out towards the midfield area once again. Aidan Donaghy had it momentarily. It's now in the hands of Cathal Donaghy. Cathal Donaghy has possession just on the edge of the 40 metre arc. Now the ball goes short towards Cathal Gallagher. He launches one in, but launches it out to the right hand side of the post and wide. That's a third wide of the opening half for Loughmacrory.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with that one, but the pace of this game, you wouldn't believe we're in the 22nd minute. The pace of this game, and it's been a joy to watch. And a few people have been saying all week, are we set for a classic? And I think this first 22 minutes is definitely, we're on our way to one.
Joe Maguire launches one out towards the midfield area. It's been won by Trillick, and Oisin O'Kane's miles away out of his goals as Matty Donnelly has possession of the ball, and he's racing forward, and Oisin O'Kane's trying to get back. It's now in the hands of Charlie Donnelly. Charlie Donnelly feeds it in towards the corner forward area where Simon Gardy has possession. Oisin O'Kane's back in goals, possession back out towards James Gardy. James Gardy plays it out the field of play, looking for wing half forward Johnny O'Donnell. Johnny O'Donnell in all sorts of trouble. He walked into a dark alley there. He's been saved by Kieran Daly. And the referee says there's a tug on and it says play on actually, because Kieran Daly elected to do that. Ball across the far side. There's a chance here for wing half back Colin Gardy. He's dropping in towards the edge of the square. Who's it going to drop? His hands are going to drop into. The referee says free out.
And we can breathe for a second, yeah?
Just for a second.
But there was interesting there. Shane Dobbs has obviously been the assigned man. If Oisin O'Kane's up, Shane Dobbs is the man that goes under nets, and I suppose they get a nice experienced man to trust to get back there.
Oisin's just had a wee bit of a it's nervous start to the game.
Yeah, I suppose that fumble over for the 45 and the fumble for the goal, and he'll be disappointed now. But there's plenty of big decisions and big saves and kickouts still to be made here in the next 40-45 minutes.
Absolutely. Needs to settle himself back into the game as Aidan Donaghy has possession of the ball, goes short into the hands of Cathal Donaghy. Cathal Donaghy goes once again, moves the ball into that inside forward line, looking for corner forward. It was actually man operating at corner forward Gallagher, but it's been taken away into the hands of another Gallagher. But this time it's Dara for Trillick. Dara takes possession of the ball out towards them beyond the halfway line. Has possession short into the hands of Lee Brennan. Now into the hands of Michael Gallagher. Michael Gallagher, 45 metres away from goals, clips it in towards Molly Donnelly. He's operating now in full forward. He can find him anywhere on the pitch. Still Molly Donnelly in possession of the ball. Can he put Trillick ahead? Trillick's now in the hands of Lee Brennan. Lee Brennan racing in. Lee Brennan fists it in, and Lee Brennan fists it out to the left of the post and wide. And that's Trillick's second wide of the opening half.
Yeah, and Trillick will be disappointed there. They didn't capitalise on the Loughmacrory, just a missed a handover there. You know, it was Nathan and Arnie just didn't transfer across, and sometimes that's just what happens in big days, that you miscommunicate, and Lee will be disappointed there not to have got that score.
Yeah, it certainly will be. His possession of the ball is back out towards the midfield area, once again in the hands of Aidan Donaghy. Aidan Donaghy to the hands of Shane Dobbs. Shane Dobbs making a bit of progress forward, looking for options around him. Shea Connolly was there if he wanted to use him, elected against it. Now into the hands of centre half back Ronan Fox. Ronan Fox gives possession short. They're trying to work the ball in towards the two men in that inside forward line. One of them is the man wearing number 10, Gareth Donaghy. Gareth Donaghy out onto the left boot. Gareth Donaghy pulls the trigger, but it's just narrowly out to the right of the post, but it's short into the hands of Joe Maguire, who deals with it easily. And once again the Trillick men have it. Matty Donnelly was in full forward a moment ago. He's now at right corner back. Possession of the ball is out into the hands of Colm Gardy down this right hand side. Gardy carries it out over the halfway line, looking for options. Liam Gray's there if he wants to use him, and Liam Gray gets possession of the ball, turns back inside, looking for Lee Brennan. Lee Brennan on the edge of the arc. You'd suspect he might have had a shot from there, but he's looking for a different type of angle. Lee Brennan moving away to that left hand side, and the angle's so narrow, but it doesn't matter to Lee Brennan. He sticks it over the bar.
Wow.
His first of the evening from play, and it's Trillick now level in the contest once again.
Yeah, if we look at it here, you know, Nathan Kelly's right there and he's putting serious pressure on. That's just the class of Lee Brennan. He is, you know, he's a quality forward, and Trillick will be delighted that he's on song here today.
Shane Dobbs picks up possession inside his own 45 metre line for Loughmacrory. 8 points for Loughmacrory, 1-5 for Trillick. We're 25 minutes into the game that is absolutely flowing along. As Loughmacrory go on the attack through Owen McElhone. Owen McElhone over the 65 metre line, cuts back towards the 45 metre line. Still McElhone plays it in towards McCullough. McCullough has to go low to the ground to win possession of the ball. He did brilliantly well, but he's back on his feet now into the hands of McElhone. McElhone trying to dance and weave and get his way out of that problem, but he was shoved in the back, no doubt about it. Free in, and a chance for Loughmacrory to get the next score on the board. I want to give a shout out to the Donaghy family. Anita, who's up from Kildare to watch this game. Geraldine Duffy, who's in from Belfast. Eamon, Julie, Darren and Tracy watching on as well this afternoon in Belfast. This is a huge game of football that has interest from all over the country.
Hi, there's men from America and Australia and everything just excited to watch the Tyrone County final here, and as we look at Rory McCullough here about maybe kick Loughmacrory ahead here again.
And the man that has the ball in hand at the minute is Rory McCullough, who drops it in, and he's dropped it over the bar, and Rory McCullough hits his 4th point of the game. He's not letting the Loughmacrory side down. The lead now in the game, 9 points to 1 goal and 5, and here comes the pressure on the kick out once again, Dermot.
Yeah, and I wonder if this last couple of minutes here, if we're going to maybe just see the ball being played in this half, because Loughmacrory are dying to get their hands on another couple of kickouts.
Kick out comes from Joe Maguire, launched out towards the midfield area. Oisin O'Kane's up to try and win possession of the ball. Matty Donnelly has it. Matty Donnelly feeds it back. Ball is moved forward immediately into the hands of Shawnee O'Donnell. Shawnee O'Donnell for Trillick makes his way forward towards the 45 metre line and over the 45 metre line and into the 40 metre, into the 20 metre line. Still O'Donnell in possession of the ball, goes to ground. Referee says there is his hand held up, and that means there'll be a free in, despite the fact that Lee Brennan has kicked the ball wide. So it will be a free in and a chance to level the game once again.
Aye, and I think Gareth there was the near hand tackle, but there was still a bit of a reach around the shoulder, and you know, when the referee has to call them once, and Lee will just stroke this one over the bar. It's a 13 metre free, and you know, but it was very interesting there. There was nearly too many Loughmacrory men jumped for the kick out. They're that eager to put the pressure on Joe Maguire, and Matty Donnelly just stayed down and was able to get the break. You know, those simple things matter.
Absolutely. Possession is in the hands of Lee Brennan. Lee Brennan slots it in and over the bar, no problem to Lee Brennan. His 3rd of the evening, and it's up to 19 points in this year's Tyrone Senior Championship for Lee Brennan. Kick out from Oisin O'Kane. He's pinged a few brilliant kick outs so far, and he kicked it out to towards Shea Connolly once again on this near side, who's been an ever willing runner and has possession of the ball for Loughmacrory. Heads across the field of play. Still in possession of the ball, gives it to Shane Dobbs. Shane Dobbs, we've seen him powering forward at times as well in this year's championship. He offloads possession and a brilliant run away across the far side by Michael McNamee. He makes his way forward. He's fouled there, and that'll be a free, and just a free.
Yeah, I think to be fair, I think it was a genuine attempt to try and tackle the ball there. So But it was a great burst out because there was some high pressure there by Trillick on the Loughmacrory defence.
Nathan Kelly gives the ball short into the hands of Cathal Donaghy. Cathal Donaghy offloads possession to Arnie Massadulkas, gives it now into the hands of Owen McElhone. Owen McElhone plays with the head up every single time, looking for options up ahead of him. Still in possession of the ball. He's taunting this defence, and then he kicks a huge one from long range and sticks it over the bar. Another 2-pointer, and this time from Owen McElhone. And that's Owen McElhone's tally up to 4 points in the game. And the men from Loughmacrory lead by 2, 11 points to 1 goal and 6.
Yeah, thing of beauty there. And you know, it nearly had Cathal Donaghy there screening him for a wee bit, but once he got Dara on a 1-on-1, and it's just an unbelievable side step, and then he just stroked it over the bar. It's
kick out away across the far side. The Loughmacrory men have won it once again. The man that has it is Park Mina. Heads out the field of play, gives it to Arnie Massadulkas. He has possession of the ball, runs into the would-be tackler, and that's Kieran Daly who's fouled him, no doubt about that. Free to Loughmacrory. Arnie trying to play a tap and go, but the referee says you took it from the wrong place, you'll have to go back. So the free will be taken just inside that 65-metre line, and it's slipped back out towards Rory McCullough. Rory McCullough for Loughmacrory.
And what do we reckon? 2 minutes? 1 minute? One. Here we go.
Yeah, 1 additional minute. There hasn't been a breath in this opening half, as the possession has moved forward once again into the hands of Cathal Donaghy. Cathal Donaghy offloads it towards Owen McElhone. Owen McElhone back in, neat little pass back inside into the hands of Aidan Donaghy, and Aidan Donaghy sweeps one over the bar, and the men from Loughmacrory lead by 3 points in the game, 12 points to 1 goal and 6. And well, the 9-time county champions have been asked lots of questions here, and that's a 5th point scorer of the evening so far for the men from Loughmacrory.
And I wonder if Joe's going to just take his time here, and you know, and maybe the referee will blow it up once the kick out happens, because at the moment they definitely need to get into the change rooms to talk about their kick out strategy.
Still 16 seconds to go to the break. Ball away across the far side and into the hands now
Ronan Fox
of
never touched it.
Loughmacrory once again. They're going to take the sideline ball over there, and Trillick need to get the kick out sorted, because they're really struggling with it. Loughmacrory have possession once again through Massadulkas, but that is the end of a breathtaking first half here in O'Neill's Healy Park in Omagh in this Tyrone Senior Football Championship final. What a game we've witnessed so far.
Yeah, and I think both teams are maxing out in terms of you know, their fitness levels, because the speed of the game has been fantastic. But you know, you're looking at a Loughmacrory team that'll feel like, yes, we've got 12 points, but maybe we've left a few behind as well. You know, and the fact that they're only 3 ahead because of a mistake by the goalkeeper, and Oisin O'Kane will want to rectify that in the second half. Trillick definitely are going into the change rooms being glad that they're only 3 down, because at the moment the kick-out press of Loughmacrory's is determining the outcome in this game.
Listen to the reception the Loughmacrory men are getting as they make their way down the tunnel away across to the far side. And when you think about some of the lads that obviously are missing out here this afternoon, the 2 Grimes brothers who are in Australia, who the last time these 2 sides met in the championship back 2 years ago with the penalty shootout that day, and of course Owen Mullen as well. So the whole half back line has been replaced since that day 2 years ago. And then of course the 2 men that are missing out through injury this afternoon, Anton Fox and Owen Donaghy, long-term injuries, as well as Ryan Gray of course on the Trillick team. But the scoreline at half-time here in O'Neill's Healy Park in this Tyrone TV production in this Connolly's of Moy Championship final, Senior Championship final, it's Loughmacrory 12 points. It's Trillick 1 goal and 6. Join us again in about 10 minutes. We'll bring you full second half coverage from here in Omagh.
Step into Tyrone, a place steeped in history and culture. From ancient traditions to vibrant modern life. It's a county that captures the heart. Home to some of Ireland's most breathtaking natural beauty. Landscapes that inspire and invigorate. And right here, in this special corner of the world, we have witnessed some of sport's most historic moments. From the roar of the crowd to the skill on the pitch, Tyrone GAA is woven into the very fabric of this place.
The answer is no. He finishes to the back of the net from our goal chance.
Over the past 30 years, champions have risen and legends have been made.
Goal chance, and
Clubs like Loughmacrory, Trillick and Pomeroy have etched their stories into history. Every year new heroes emerge, each one carrying the pride of Tyrone's footballing tradition. And it's here in this hallowed ground that the passion continues to burn brightly. This is Tyrone. More than just a county, it's a feeling. It's home. Behind those incredible performances, behind the jerseys and the tackles are just everyday people. They're our neighbours, our friends, our family. These players are part of our towns and villages. And by supporting our local businesses, we're not just helping them thrive, we're nurturing the communities that produce the talent we admire on the field. For over 30 years, Connolly's of Moy has been supporting our community. From local families to local legends, we're proud to be part of your lives, offering a wide range of quality furniture, from cosy sofas to elegant dining tables, tailored to suit every home. From choosing the perfect place to signing off on your new furniture, we're with you every step of the way. And as the echoes of past triumphs inspire us, we look forward to the future. The story of Tyrone continues to evolve, stronger than ever. In 2025, Connolly's of Moy will once again be proud sponsors of this great championship. It's not just furniture that Connolly's of Moy are delivering this year. As proud Tyrone people, we are honoured to once again support the Tyrone GAA Club Championships, one of the most historic competitions in Irish sport. Being part of this incredible tradition is a privilege for us. It's about more than sport, it's about community, loyalty and the pride we share in where we come from. This partnership with Tyrone GAA isn't just sponsorship, it's a chance to give something back. That's why this year we're doing something special. In collaboration with O'Neill's Sportswear, we're giving GAA fans the chance to win big. O'Neill's is a name known in every corner of Ireland. For generations, they've kitted out clubs, counties and communities with pride. Their gear isn't just worn, it's earned. That's why we're proud to partner with them to offer a truly meaningful prize. O'Neill's and Connolly's of Moy have teamed up to give your club the ultimate gear upgrade. One lucky team will win a full O'Neill's playing kit, and every player will also receive a club-branded kit bag courtesy of Connolly's of Moy. It's a prize that could make a real difference to a club that lives and breathes the game. To enter, simply visit connolly'sofmoy.com/sport and submit your details. The winner will be announced on October 27th. Whether you're a player, volunteer or a lifelong supporter, we'd love for your club to be in with a chance. And of course, when it comes to furniture, there's still only one place to go. You'll find us on the Omagh Road in the town of Moy. You know the saying by now. Say it with me. Where do you want to be?
'25 has been a hugely successful year for Tyrone GAA across all our games. On the football fields, our under-20s made it back-to-back Ulster and All-Ireland titles in impressive fashion, overcoming Louth in the All-Ireland final. Our minors claimed provincial and national honours in July, seeing off Kerry in a keenly contested All-Ireland final, while Tyrone ladies claimed the All-Ireland intermediate title. On the hurling pitches, our minors claimed an Ulster League title, while our under-20s made a first ever All-Ireland B final appearance, losing narrowly to Down, signalling a hugely significant step forward for the county. It's clear that there are strong foundations being put in place to help Tyrone GAA succeed into the future. But this work does not happen by accident. For 30 years, Tyrone GAA has been running county summer camps that have become a rite of passage for our youth. They've put coaching and games at the centre of activity in the county. Also, for 30 years, Club Tyrone have been providing the financial support and means to enable our county teams to flourish and take on the best that Ireland has to offer. To turn that success that we've seen at national level for our youth teams into success for our senior team, then we need your help. Club Tyrone is on the lookout for new members, people who are willing to support the development of Tyrone GAA by supporting us financially. We also have a thriving Red Hand Business Club that gives businesses in the county and further afield the chance to come together and network through a shared belief in our county teams. To find out more about Club Tyrone, visit www.tyronegaa.ie/club-tyrone or contact a Club Tyrone committee member. Details for our current committee can be found on our website, or drop us a line to club.tyrone@gaa.ie.
This is a whole new sweet experience with Bluetooth connection, wireless charging and vibration for an immersive cinema experience. Modern living right here at Connolly's of Moy, plus a free 75-inch TV when you buy 5 seats. Where do you want to be?
Connolly's of Moy.
Today we're absolutely delighted and privileged to be here in Beaver Park for the 2025 Club Tyrone Golf Classic. We're here in association with Tyrone Credit Unions. We're absolutely privileged to have their support. We have 40 odd teams out playing today, and it's something that we hope to continue in the years to come.
4 of us here from the Tyrone Credit Unions, namely Cookstown, Dungannon, Clyland and Omagh. We're really happy to be involved with us today, and we want to develop our relationship with Tyrone GAA for the first of many things to come.
Credit unions, as community organisations and not-for-profit, share the same values as Tyrone GAA. That's the volunteerism, being involved in the community and supporting people throughout their lives. From personal experience, I'm a 4th generation member of Clyland Credit Union, and that same relationship is mirrored and reflected with Tyrone GAA and my own club. Tyrone GAA is involved in every parish throughout the county and supporting their people just as credit unions support their members.
A very warm welcome back to O'Neill's Healy Park here in Omagh, where we're just finishing off the presentation of the Jubilee team, the 2000 team from Argyll that won the championship after 7 games of football in that year's championship. And as you can see, fresh and well they look. They're all tugged out there in their Argyll colours this evening. And Dermot, some characters in that team.
Aye, so a lot of quality footballers and a lot of men with a few nice medal halls there too, isn't there?
There's no doubt about that. They're making their way off up into the stand, and I have to say the temperature certainly dropped here at half time.
Aye, we definitely found the cold now, and it'll be interesting now. I suppose this longer half time than usual. You know, how does both teams, you know, Trillick being there before, knowing that it is a longer half time, and how it's managed, and it'll be interesting to see now how Trillick. You know, what the big one I feel is they're going to sit down, they're going to look at their own kick-out plan. But I think the other thing is they're going to have to punch holes. They need to get why were they so good against Argyll Kieran? It was because they were able to kick the ball into the 2 Gardays and, you know, and get off them. And I think maybe is Matty maybe holding something in the leg? I don't know. I think there's more in him. You know, Sean O'Donnell, that we need a few more runs from him, and that'll be the message that they'll be saying in the change room. And you know, and Lee Brennan is doing the business, but he needs more. He needs help, and you know, realistically, bar a per goal conceded by Loughmacrory, we could be looking at a 6-point lead here.
No doubt about it. We're being entertained by the boys and girls at Trillick and Loughmacrory out on the field here ahead of the teams re-emerging from the tunnel at the start of this second half. And this is this third quarter. Noel McGinn often describes the third quarter as the championship quarter, the one that you have to win if you're looking to win the championship match.
And when we're looking at it here today, as Loughmacrory are about to run out the tunnel here, is Loughmacrory are 3 up. If they can get to 45 minutes and maybe be still 3 up or 4 up at that point, you know, how are Trillick going to react to that there? The thing is, Trillick probably have more off the bench than Loughmacrory. You know, Loughmacrory would nearly openly admit that they have, you know, a smaller squad, but what they do have is loads of quality. Whereas Trillick maybe can go into that wee bit more depth into their squad. The question is, you know, I maybe seen Ryan Gray doing a bit of a warm up there. Is he, even though he's maybe not listed, is he going to be sprung from the bench? Because at the end of the day, it's win or go home here today.
Well, that's it. There's one opportunity here. Championship final day, unless obviously it goes to a replay, but and it is a replay, just to keep people informed about that, is that if it's level at the end of normal time, it will be a replay, and most likely I would have thought next Friday night would be an obvious time for it.
I probably just to give the winning team a bit of time to celebrate before preparing for a Kilcoo here the week after, you know, so that'll be a fun one.
It certainly would be. See the Loughmacrory fans way down on our right hand side have changed from being down our left hand side to being down the right hand side as the Trillick men emerged from the tunnel away across on the far side. And the one thing about this Trillick team, they will not panic. They've been here before, they've been down in games, Dermot, and they know how to win games from this position.
Aye, and it's a team that has battle hardened over, as what did you say, 5 of the last 7 finals they've been in, so they've been in these situations, and definitely not writing off this Trillick team. And you know, there's men like Richie Donnelly, you know, and Nathan Farry and the likes to come off the bench.
Yep, no doubt about it. I say we're almost ready to get going here at the start of the second half in O'Neill's Healy Park here in Omagh, and we will be up and running very shortly as Mark Lorhan has the ball at his feet, and we are 30 minutes and a little bit more away from working out where the Tyrone Senior Championship is going to rest for the winter of 2025, as Loughmacrory away across the far side through Shea Connolly string the first attack of the second half. Now into the hands of Owen McElhone, who's already hit a 2-pointer in the game, 2 from play, sweeps the ball away across the far side, back into his hands, just in underneath the stand on the far side. McElhone back out the field of play into the hands of Dara Curran, who's won a Sigerson Cup medal, of course, with Ulster University gives it back to McElhone. McElhone further on at the field of play is Shane Dobbs, who picks up possession just inside his own, or the opposition's 65 metre line. Back with McElhone once again. Looks up ahead, looks for out to the left perhaps for options as the runner comes on the arc and tries to make a bit of progress into that inside forward line. It's Cathal Donaghy slips the ball inside, back into the hands of Cathal Donaghy. Brilliant run from Donaghy. Donaghy has possession of the ball, left footed kick from Donaghy. Has he split the post? And that's a perfect start to the second half for the man from Loughmacrory, Cathal Donaghy. A 2-pointer early on. That's his first from play. Ordinary point from play.
Yeah, and the thing is, that was Rona Fox won the throw, the break ball off the throw up, and they kept the ball for the bang on a minute before Cathal kicked it over the bar, and they couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half here.
How's the kick out going to fare now from a Loughmacrory perspective in the second half? They've won it again through Ronan Fox. Ronan Fox offloads possession of the ball into the hands of Gareth Donaghy. Gareth Donaghy ripping through the centre once again. Gareth Donaghy trying to perhaps add another score, but he's run into a bit of traffic, but he manages to offload possession, did brilliantly well, and away across on the far side. Loughmacrory can spring the attack now into the hands of Cathal Donaghy. Slips the ball inside. There's a chance here for Loughmacrory perhaps to work a goal opportunity. Cathal Donaghy fists it in and fists it over the bar. Another score for Loughmacrory, and we talked about a fast start to the game and a fast start to the second half, and it's the men from Loughmacrory that have got it. 2 points in the early stages of the second half, and Cathal Donaghy's added his second.
Yeah, right, now he's at 4, so that's him, Rory McCullough and Omagh home are all on 4 points, and it's the absolute ideal start. And Trillick again struggling on their own kickouts, but here the house is down.
Not this time, and this here goes Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly in possession of the ball. He's got Kieran Daly alongside him. Matty Donnelly offloads it to Kieran Daly, back into the hands of Donnelly. No, Daly sticks it in the net. Kieran Daly finds the bottom left hand corner of the net for Trillick, and that is a serious response. That is his second goal of the game, Kieran Daly.
And you know what? The relief from the Trillick fans there as it panned away showed it, because they were, worried, but that kick out over the top of the whole Loughmacrory press, and that's where the breeze comes in as a factor, and then bang, Matty gives it, and then Kieran Daly backs himself and finishes right into the corner of the net, and we're back to a 2-point game.
Trillick 2 goals and 6 points. Loughmacrory 14 points, still 2 points the gap. And the men from Loughmacrory still have the advantage, but here come the men from Trillick, now in the hands of wing half forward Johnny O'Donnell, out to this left hand side where it's found now with Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly slips the ball inside. Tregardy back out of the hands of Matty Donnelly. What a response from the men from Trillick. We knew the champions of 2023, was it?
Yeah.
Will be back, and possession of the ball is now in the hands of Rory Brennan. Rory Brennan in possession, goes down that right hand side, offloads possession towards Kieran Daly. 2 goals in the game now, drops the ball in short, and it goes out to the left of the post, and it goes wide. A first wide of the second half from the men from Trillick. We've only had 6 wides in the entire game, 3 apiece now.
Yeah, and now this will be interesting. Oisin O'Keefe's kicking into the breeze, but Trillick have switched off here, and Cahir Gallagher catches it by himself.
Very easy catch there from Cahir Gallagher out on this right hand side as he heads into enemy territory down this right hand side of the field. Carries possession towards the 45 metre line. He's options up ahead of him. He goes to McElhone. McElhone was lurking with intent once again, turns there once again. He's live wire every time he gets possession of the ball, out towards Cahir Gallagher once again. Cahir Gallagher very close to the end line. It's now back into Gallagher's hands once again from McElhone. Now further on out the field of play, it's Aidan Donaghy has it. Aidan Donaghy takes it away across the field of play, looking for options around him. Rory McCullough was trying to make one available, but once again Donaghy takes it away across and now into the hands over there of brother Cathal. Cathal with a shot. Cathal drops it in. Cahill's got it over the bar once again. That's 5 points on the evening so far for Cathal Donaghy. 3 from open play, and the 2-pointer early on as well. What another excellent score.
He's found his favourite spot on the pitch. I know he likes that corner, and he's kicked 2 out of his hands, and he's fisted a point from there. And definitely Trillick need to get hands on Cathal Donaghy, because at the moment he is finding himself in loads of space and he's able to make hay.
Matty Donnelly picks up possession down this left hand side. It was I thought the Trillick defence there were very static around that kick out.
Yeah,
they were just waiting for the ball sort of to land in their hands, but they weren't making too many runs.
It's maybe were they retired on the defensive structure there, but they seem slow. They need to get level, and they need to get scores and give them what feel of energy, because at the moment anytime Loughmacrory get a score, the energy from the stand and the fans is driving them on that wee bit. So they haven't really made anything after kicking the kicking the goal.
Yeah, Matty Donnelly takes it on 40 metres away from goals. He's pursued by Arnie Masadulkas, but possession in the hands now of the midfielder Liam Gray. Liam Gray has Rory Brennan there if he wants to pass it out to him, and Brennan picks up possession of the ball. 5.5 minutes, almost 6 minutes gone in the second half. These games are whipping along in terms of the time. Possession now into the hands of James Gardy. James Gardy out the field of play towards Lee Brennan. Lee Brennan has possession of the ball. James Gardy hasn't scored in the game so far. Back out to the hands of Lee Brennan. Lee Brennan further on out the field of play into the hands of Liam Gray, another man who hasn't scored in the field, but he's game. But his midfield partner has 2 goals from him, and it's his midfield partner that has it now. Kieran Daly down this left hand side, offloads it to Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly cutting across the 13 metre line, kicks it up high in the air, and what a piece of leadership when you needed it from Matty Donnelly. Kicks his first point of the evening, and it's now 2-7 to 15 points.
Yeah, and we look like we're going to be in for a cracking second half here. Kieran Daly, great leadership, driving hard. It was nearly like a drill you would be setting up, and then Matty coming up hard off from the wing and breaks a line and strokes it over the bar, and we're right back in it.
Oisin O'Kane launches one out around midfield once again. Ball is dropped into Loughmacrory hands. Gallagher did brilliantly well to win possession there. Offloads possession, or was it Kern that offloaded possession? It doesn't matter now, because here come the line from Loughmacrory through. Owen McElhone kicks it up high in the air, drops it in. Was there a foul?
No, it was an unbelievable tackle by Charlie Donnelly, so it was unbelievable, because Owen McElhone had ran the guts 50-60 yards and was able to put the pressure on. And that's in the on-scene bit that sometimes Charlie does, and what a score.
Yeah,
what a bit of piece of defence. Right?
What a great piece of defence as the kick out will come from down on our right hand side from Joe Maguire. Maguire has the ball at his feet. He launches it away across the far side into the hands of Colm Gardy. Colm Gardy picks up possession, heads away across down past the stand on the stand side of the field over there, has possession, takes it in towards that 45 metre line once again into the hands now of Kieran Daly. Kieran Daly looks up ahead of him, options out to his right hand side, or to his left hand side rather. It's in the hands of Peter McCahey. McCahey offloads it now to Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly takes possession on the attack for Trillick down this near side into the hands of the fullback McCahey once again. McCahey's made great progress, but look who's out about the tackle, and Aidan Donaghy. Referee says that's a foul. The free's been taken immediately, but the referee says take it back. It was taken from the wrong position, and it will be a free now to Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly takes possession out the field of play once again. It's out into the hands of Kieran Daly. Kieran Daly picks it up for Trillick now with Lee Brennan. Lee Brennan goes across the field of play looking for options, and one of them there is his brother. That's Rory Brennan. Rory Brennan away across the far side, carries it towards the 45 metre line. Options inside if he wants to find it. Super tackle away across the far side. A thumping tackle from the Loughmacrory men, and they come out with possession of the ball, and the man that put the tackle in was Cathal Donaghy. Now into the hands of Ronan Fox. Ronan Fox takes it out the field of play, gives it into the hands of Michael McNamee. He has possession, heads towards the 45 and 65 metre line and beyond. It's now into the hands of Shane Dobbs. Shane Dobbs offloads possession out further on out the field of play, and it's the Donaghys that are on the march again, and he takes it out towards it was Cathal Donaghy, plays it away across the far side, now into that inside forward line once again. Loughmacrory go in hunt of another score. They've kicked 15 points on the night so far. Ball away across the far side now with Cathal Donaghy. Cathal Donaghy takes it towards the 40 metre arc. Cathal Donaghy still in possession of the ball, cuts back out perhaps onto the left boot. Possession now with Rui McCullough. McCullough 40 metres away from goals, offloads it once again into the hands of Park Mina. Park Mina trying to find a Loughmacrory hands, and he's done so into the hands of Rui McCullough. McCullough splits the post once again. Rui McCullough, that's point number 5 for him on the night, and it's now 16 points for Loughmacrory, 2 goals and 7 for Trillick.
Exceptional football there. You know, the turnover came from there. They come up, they held the ball, and then bang. Rory McCullough must have made about 6 or 7 different runs before he eventually got it, and there he was on the left, strokes it over the bar, and I don't think he knows whether his right foot or his left foot's his best, you know.
Doesn't really matter to him. It's Daly Tunney that's on the field of play for Stephen O'Donnell from that substitute. Brilliant kick out this time from Maguire, head to the hands of Rory Brennan. Rory Brennan takes possession of the ball. He's heading towards the 45 metre line, still in possession of the ball. Trillick badly need a score, gives it off now towards Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly off the right boot. Matty Donnelly's kick goes in, but it stays out to the right of the post, and it goes wide, 4th wide of the night for the men from Trillick. It's 16 points to 2 goals and 7. The gap's still 3.
Yeah, here Matty will be disappointed that the wind didn't actually affect that there, because I don't know how it didn't. You know, he sent it up to the perfect place, but again, Loughmacrory's kick out pace is so quick, and Trillick aren't being set, and when Trillick can't get set on a kick out press, it's perfect.
kick goes forward once again from the mark in the middle of the field. Possession of the ball is in the hands of the men from Loughmacrory through Gareth Donaghy. He offloads possession, gives it towards McElhone. McElhone's looking around, options available out to the right hand side. One of them's there, Starcorn, back into the hands of McElhone. The angle's narrowing, he's trying to shove his way through that Trillick defence, but back out with Tyrone. Tyrone's already kicked a couple of points in the league or in the championship so far, but that kick is well out to the right of the post, well out to the right hand side and well wide.
Well, there's interesting wee change there. Richie Thornton and Peter McGinnity have obviously decided, let's get maybe Daly Tunney on Omagh home and just add that wee bit of extra physicality.
Joe Maguire's managed to get the kick out away into the hands away across the far side. It was momentarily with Dara Gallagher's now in the hands of the big fullback as Peter McCahey, who makes his way out the field of play into the hands now of wing half forward. That's it, James Gardy, or Sonny O'Donnell rather, that has it. Sonny O'Donnell takes it out to this left hand side of the field where it's now picked up by Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly looking for options up ahead of him, fists the ball into that inside forward line. Ball now in the hands of Lee Brennan. Lee Brennan coming in off the angle, still Lee Brennan running across the 20 metre line. The bodies are starting to converge. The Loughmacrory men are sussing them out, or are they? But the ball is out to the hands of Liam Gray. We said he hadn't scored from the game. You can chalk that one off. He's got his first of the evening, and it's now 16 points for Loughmacrory, 2 goals and 8 for Trillick.
Yeah, and this time Oisin O'Kane's speedy kick out was inhibited by the Trillick fans who perfectly kicked the ball onto the pitch.
Oisin O'Kane looking for it to find Loughmacrory hands once again, launches one way down the field of play. He only took about 2 steps back before hitting that one. That is the men from Trillick that are onto the ball. They've got possession of it, and they've got possession out towards Matty Donnelly on this near side. Matty Donnelly picks it up, goes forward into the hands of Lee Brennan. Lee Brennan out towards the edge of the arc. Lee Brennan, 2-point chance, but that's a really poor effort from Lee Brennan, and it's out to the right of the post and wide. A third wide of the second half for Trillick.
Yeah, and it looks like Richie is going to get the call here now, and I'm interested to see what the change is in terms of, you know, he'll likely come onto the middle of the field. Does that mean that we move one of the Greys, or do we move Liam Gray? Or I would keep Kieran Daly there, but do we move Sanders there now? Rory Brennan's also gone, and Cahill Donaghy. So
yeah, Loughmacrory have 1 of 3 away across the far side. They have possession of the ball and they're marching out the field of play, and they've got possession now into the half forward line way across the far side. They're trying to win possession, but the referee says they were shoved in the back over there. It's another free for Loughmacrory, and that change will now happen. Richie Donnelly about to come on the field of play. We'll see the sign going up very shortly to mark out who's coming off. Richie's wearing number 22, and the change is for 12. It's Charlie Donnelly.
Yeah. So he'll probably come on a wing half forward here, or does he push Liam Gray to the middle of the field, or to wing half, and Richie goes, you know, to middle of the field? But if there's a matchup issue there with Shane Dobbs in terms of height,
at the minute he has to stay in the left of the field because he's one of the only 3 Trillick men that are in that half of the field at this stage, as here come the men from Loughmacrory once again in possession of the ball. It's Rory McCullough. Rory McCullough peels out to this right hand side, perhaps trying to get onto that left boot, trying to put a cut on and move back into that inside once again. Now with Ronan Fox. Ronan Fox looks around. He thought about fisting the ball into towards the corner forward as Pádraig Mina picks it up. Pádraig Mina looks for options. Pádraig Mina goes towards and out beyond that 45 metre line. Pádraig Mina offloads it now to McElhone. McElhone has to go to ground to pick possession up, but he has possession. The referee says there's a foul here in the middle of the field, and it'll be a foul too. Loughmacrory, maybe Oisin O'Kane might fancy this from distance.
It's a big ask, I think. I think Rory McCullough will just...
He's ambling up here. He's ambling up here. He looks like he's going to have a...
No, he's been
cut
told.
at it.
No.
He's been talked out of it. Rory McCullough will take the free. He's looking around for options. It's not going to be a shot on goal from that distance. And he's going to have to go backwards to Arnie Masadulkas. Arnie Masadulkas runs it through the middle. Nobody followed him. Still Arnie in possession of the ball. Drops it in towards the edge of the square. Poor effort at the end of that. Trillick come out with possession of the ball to win the free. And they're already on the march out the field of play through number 9. That's the man called Kieran Daly. Kieran Daly has possession of the ball. Takes it out the field of play. Kieran Daly with 2 goals in this game so far. Launched away across the far side. Trillick in possession. Have it, and they will be looking for the next score. It's Richard Donnelly that has it. Richard Donnelly hasn't been the greatest of weeks for him after suffering that fire at the beginning of the week on his business, but he's here on county final day representing Trillick in his 6th county Senior Championship final. Possession of the ball, and we're once again in the hands of the men from Trillick, and they're coming forward through Dara Gallagher. Dara Gallagher offloads possession towards Lee Brennan. Lee Brennan, he finds wing half forward Johnny O'Donnell. Johnny O'Donnell jinks and weaves, goes to ground.
High, yeah.
Referee says that is a free in, and a chance for Trillick to get the next score in the game. 2-point gap.
Yeah, and you know, if they can kick this one over the bar, then we're in with 1 point in it. You know, going down the final stretch to the last 15 minutes, as you see Richie.
We talked about the championship quarter before at half time. Trillick have won it by a single point.
And yet Loughmacrory feel like they have actually probably had the better of the play. But I think the big one here is Lee Brennan has to get this one over the bar, and then they get to a point, and then suddenly the pressure of going for your first by Loughmacrory is built up a wee bit further, you know, whereas Trillick have been there, done that.
Lee Brennan with a kick. He's, as you can see, just outside that small arc, kicks it in, drops it in and over the bar. Lee Brennan hits point number 4 of the evening. He's up to 20 points in the Senior Championship. Oisín O'Kane with a kick out. It's a 1-point game.
How's the huge kick out here.
How's the nerves of the Trillick and Loughmacrory fans that are listening in, watching in from all over the world? Had a message there at half time for a man that's Damien Mullen and the family who are listening in from New York and watching the game on Tyrone TV. How's the nerves now, Damien, I wonder? Possession of the ball is in the hands of the man from Loughmacrory from the free, Mark Lougherin, who's had a good game so far. He's got all the major decisions right, but this is the key period of the game for everybody, referee and players.
Well, this is what anybody remembers, is really the last 15 minutes. But here's Gareth going now.
Yeah, making a bit of progress forward. Gareth Donaghy away across the far side. It was with Connolly momentarily. Now the man from Loughmacrory looking for a different angle of attack, perhaps trying to get the ball to Owen McElhone. He picks up possession of the ball, launches one into that inside forward line. Neat little pass in towards McCullough. McCullough peels out to that right hand side, trying to get back onto that left boot perhaps. Still McCullough in possession of the ball. Goes across now towards Donaghy. That's Aidan Donaghy. Aidan Donaghy has a load of space to run into. Now with Owen McElhone from the edge of the square, or from the edge of the arc, the small arc, kicks out to the left of the post and kicks it wide. 6 wides now for Loughmacrory, 5 for Trillick. And the scoring, as you can see on your screens, 2-9 to 16 points, a single point game. The men from Loughmacrory still ahead.
Yeah, and I think the wind has definitely picked up, because Rory McCullough there probably had won the battle and on his right foot, but obviously was probably still too far out and chose to cut back into his left, as there's another substitution coming here.
Another change. So Liam Corey, who was down to start, is going to replace Simon Garrity. And Liam Corey, of course, a man that has kicked 2 points so far this year. This is a former county minor, of course, and his first Tyrone Senior Championship final this evening, and his breakthrough year for this Trillick team. Kick out, comes out once again, down on our right hand side, launched out through the midfield area, and it's in the hands of the men from Loughmacrory. Now with Owen McElhone, takes possession, looks around, pretty static at the minute, gives to Shane Dobbs. He's never static, has possession of the ball, goes across the centre line once again, takes it into the hands of Dara Curran. Dara Curran takes possession over the 65 metre line, still Dara Curran in possession, goes towards that 45 metre line, still Dara Curran racing in towards that corner forward slot, and away across there. Loughmacrory can take it back out the field to play through Rory McCullough drinking and weaving on the edge of the 45 metre line, gives it to the hands of Donaghy, Aidan Donaghy takes it on for Loughmacrory, options out to his left hand side, slips the ball in into that and has he given one a free? They have indeed. Loughmacrory have won the free, and a chance for them now to get another score on the scoreboard that would ease them out to a 2-point gap.
Yeah, and maybe it was a bit like Shawnee getting fouled here. It was probably just a wee bit on the high side, but the referee was right there and made the call, and Cahill's still down, so the signalling high, so that's a big free, for Rory on the right foot, because he'll be kicking into the breeze, but it's also nearly a cross breeze as well, so he's going to have to aim for that far post and hopefully draw it back in.
Starting to get really dark now. Okay, the time has changed, but we're at just after a quarter past 5 in the evening, and it's beginning to get dark here, really dark in Omagh, but the bright lights are shining down on a Loughmacrory lead at the minute. Will it be a Loughmacrory lead by 2 points very shortly? And as we ease ourselves in towards the last 10 minutes of the contest.
Yeah, Cahill's still down there. It must have been a big enough bang because Fuzzy was still looking at him. So this will probably mean that we're looking at maybe an extra minute or two in terms of injuries than what was maybe originally planned.
Yeah, we're just waiting for that injury to be cleared up. And I'm led to believe there's a squad of men listening in from Lavery's Bar in Moortown as well. Mr. Chris Lawn and crew are down watching the Tyrone County final as the ball goes in and over the bar. And Loughmacrory add another score, and it's another point for Rory McCullough.
And it's back out to that 2-point lead,
And that's his 6th so far.
And yeah, I think he's going to probably walk home anyway with the championship top scorer award.
Yeah, but he'll be looking for something more and more important than the championship top scorer award as the kick out goes out towards Rory Brennan. Rory Brennan carries the ball away across the far side. Matty Donnelly trying to win possession over there, let it go past him, and now he's trying to win it back. He goes to ground. He's surrounded by 3 Loughmacrory men. What's the decision? The decision's a line ball, and it's from Loughmacrory. Look at the fans away across the far side. Dermot, the noise that's been made by those Loughmacrory fans. They're just 10 minutes away, just a little bit more than that, from landing the first ever Tyrone Senior Championship.
Yeah. And if the fans are going to try and drag them across the line, and because the noise and the support they've been getting has been first class. Oh no,
ball's been given away into the hands of Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly moves it across the field of play. Here goes Kieran Daly through the centre into the hands of Richie Donnelly. Richie Donnelly has a chance to fist it in and fist it over the bar, and he's done exactly that. And Richie Donnelly adds the next point of the game, and Trillick are saying no, there's no championship going anywhere near Loughmacrory. We're still in this contest, a 1-point game.
And when you look there, it was Gareth Donaghy was turned over, and you just don't want a game decided on a mistake, and that's a pure pressure from Trillick, and that's what they got.
Kick out from Oisin O'Kane. Does it go to hand? Trillick try to get hands on it. Arnie Masadoka tries to go in and win it. He couldn't get there. Johnny O'Donnell got across in one possession of the ball. He's won a free.
And that was first class. Kieran Daly ran maybe they got to 30 yards there to break that, and then Shawnee dived on it.
Dara Gallagher's on the march for Trillick, heading into enemy territory. Gives the ball into the hands of Matty Donnelly. Back out the field of play to Rory Brennan. Rory Brennan's 45 metres away from goals. Plays the ball across towards Shawnee O'Donnell. Shawnee O'Donnell just eases things down. Trillick just trying to work the right scoring opportunity as Lee Brennan picks it up. Gives it towards Kieran Daly. Lee Brennan back once again in possession of the ball. Looking for options inside. In towards Richard Donnelly, who's in there operating now at full forward. Launches it back out the field to play towards Kieran Daly. Kieran Daly takes it towards the 40 metre line. Short pass finds Shawnee O'Donnell. Shawnee O'Donnell jinks and weaves, runs into traffic, has to offload it to Daly. Daly once again, brilliant turn from Daly inside. Once again he's given possession back into the hands of the men from Trillick. They manage to retain it. Offloaded now towards Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly out towards Lee Brennan. Lee Brennan has options out to his left hand side. Lee Brennan says don't worry about the options, I'm going to kick it over the bar. No, he's dropped it in short, and it's Oisin O'Kane that comes out with it. And Loughmacrory live dangerously, but they're still in the lead. They've still maintained their lead. It's 2-10 to 17 points. We're into the last 7 minutes of the contest, and it's Loughmacrory that have possession of the ball away across on the far side as he ease possession out over that halfway lane, and the man that has it is their midfielder Cathal Donaghy. Moves the ball forward, trying to get that ball into that inside forward lane. Referee says a foul on Cathal Donaghy further out the field of play, and it will be a free to Loughmacrory.
And this is the moments now where no matter, they've been talked about in the Loughmacrory changing room in terms of pressure, whereas Trillick have lived it, and last year they were against an Errigal forward line that was humming, but they were able to hold, and they couldn't get across the line. 2 years ago, there was a break.
There's been a breach, and a big breach from a Loughmacrory perspective, and they're going to have to go all the way back up the field of play, and it's going to be a top-over score for Trillick if they want it, or it could be a 2-pointer effort to put them in the lead.
Yeah, and this goes back to what we talked about at the start.
We didn't want those.
Yeah, but on top of that, then the decision.
Yeah.
Does Lee Brennan go for the 2-pointer, or does at this point now does he just get it level?
It's such a heavy penalty, I think, in terms of the game. You look at this here.
He's going in to hit the 1-pointer, and I think that's the right decision at this point, because Trillick have been behind for so long, and just now feeling like they're right back in at their level, and now we're just going down the stretch, and maybe my prediction of trying to get to 20 points might be what we need to win it.
5.5 minutes to go in the game, and it's Lee Brennan who slots it in over the bar. He hits point number 5 for him. 4 frees, 1 from play. Sides are level. 11 to 17 points. Crucial kick out from Oisin O'Kane.
This is big. What sort of kick out plan have they got? And he's going short.
And has he found the man? It should be a free out for Loughmacrory, you'd suspect. Yeah. Not a doubt about it. Yeah. No doubt about it. You can see the emotion in the fans with the Loughmacrory fans away across the far side. They're living, they're breathing every single moment of this. They've had a huge 9 days. Their first ever senior championship final to look forward to, and they haven't slept, I'm sure, last night thinking about today as Owen McElhone picks up possession of the ball and he's already won the free and taking it. He's on the march heading towards the 65 metre line, offloads possession of the ball towards Donaghy in possession now, gives it out towards Cathal Donaghy. That was Aidan to Cathal, ball into the inside forward line towards Gareth Donaghy takes possession. The three brothers combining. Here goes Donaghy forward. The referee, no doubt about giving the free there.
I don't think so there now.
You don't think so?
No, I think he was
Let's take a look at it on the replay there.
I think it was a tackle on the ball, but we'll soon see here.
Well, there was Donaghy to win possession. Gareth, it was cutting back on the inside, and it was Colm Gardy come across, and Colm Gardy got a lot of the ball there.
Aye, he got a lot of the ball. And but this is the free still has to be kicked. But unbelievable responsibility there by Oisín McKeon, maybe kicking to the youngest member of the team.
Rory McCullough with the kick, drops it in short. Joe Maguire was under a spot of pressure, but he managed to do enough to get possession back out the field of play once again. And for a man that had kicked 6 points in the game so far, that was a big opportunity for Rory McCullough.
Big opportunity. And one that he'll be disappointed he didn't seem to kick through the ball.
Cahir Gallagher going to pick up a yellow, or will that be a black?
A yellow.
Yellow, yeah, it's a yellow for Cahir Gallagher. Only his second yellow card in the game. It's been played in the right spirit, this one.
Yeah. There's been so much football been played. The game's been played too fast.
Yeah. Here goes the man from Trillick trying to carry possession out the field of play through Dara Gallagher. Trillick, the 9 times county champions, up against the team that is trying to win it for a first time ever. Richie Donnelly takes possession of the ball on once again out the field of play. Trillick, they've been here before, they know how to win games like this. Possession now with Kieran Daly. Kieran Daly away across on the far side. Now has possession back in his hands once again. He's been outstanding in this game so far. Ball away across on the far side into the hands of Rory Brennan. Rory Brennan heads towards and beyond into that Loughmacrory end of the field. Richie Donnelly picks it up, uses all his experience to carry possession now into the heart of this Loughmacrory defence. Still Richie Donnelly, is he going to have a shot from long range? He's winding up maybe to have a go. He runs into a load of Loughmacrory men, and Loughmacrory have tied him up, but they still managed to get possession back out the field of play, and they've recycled it out as far as Liam Gray. Liam Gray takes it on. 2.5 minutes left in the contest. Here comes Matty Donnelly. Matty Donnelly just easing towards the edge of the arc. Still Donnelly in possession of the ball. Offloads it now back out to the hands of Lee Brennan. Lee Brennan's kick is up, but it's pulled out to the right of the post, and it's going to drop in short anyway as Oisín O'Kane picks it out. Keeps the ball alive into the hands of Shane Dobbs. Who's going to get the winner? Who can push this over the line and get this Tyrone Connolly's Omagh Tyrone Senior Championship title for 2025? It's Dara Curran out this near side of the field. This all action man from Loughmacrory heads into enemy territory, gets possession once again, launches it up into the corner forward slot where it's been picked out there once again by Rory McCullough. Rory McCullough back out the field to play towards Ronan Fox. Ronan Fox takes possession of the ball, looks across. He's got Shane Dobbs there if he wants to use him, but it's now in the hands of Owen McElhone. That's exactly who Loughmacrory would have wanted on the ball. Ball away across now, back into the hands once again of Shane Dobbs now. Shane Dobbs, 45 metres from goal. Who's he going to offload possession to? He gives it to Donaghy. Donaghy in the midfield area. Cathal, that is, takes possession, cuts back out to his left hand side. Owen McElhone looks disinterested at the minute. He's walking out the field to play, but that's when he's at his most dangerous. Donaghy once again tries to offload it back inside towards McCullough. McCullough trying to work it back out towards Mina. Mina far away at the far side. Loughmacrory just keeping it and retaining it and doing. They're almost playing like Trillick would play. Now with Owen McElhone. Now to Arnie Masadulkas. Has possession of the ball. Goes across to the far side. The crowd quiet, and there's just such an air of anticipation here as we enter the last minute of normal time. Can Loughmacrory find a winner? Will the men from Trillick turn the ball over and go up the other end of the field as Owen McElhone has possession? Owen McElhone was fouled going forward. Owen McElhone with a run. Owen McElhone has a free shot here. So do Loughmacrory. The ball's kicked up high in the air. It's dropping in. It's dropping over the bar. And the man that's got it is Gareth Donaghy. His first of the evening. And he puts Loughmacrory into the lead. They're 30 seconds away from the end of normal time. There's going to be a lot of extra time.
I would say that we're looking at 4 anyway, probably. But unbelievable maturity in the attack there by Loughmacrory. They never forced it, they never panicked, and now a Trillick kick out.
And the kick out has gone astray once again. There's going to be 3 minutes of additional time. 3 minutes of additional time, and here come the men from Loughmacrory again. They're leading the contest. 18 points to 2 goals and 11. Ball across to this near side. Ronan Fox has to try and go out and win it. Ronan Fox does win it. He goes to ground, manages to shovel the ball back into his own half of the field, into the hands now of Donaghy. That's Aidan Donaghy. Aidan Donaghy takes possession of the ball, heads towards the halfway line. Aidan Donaghy trying to force the issue, trying to see Loughmacrory over the line here. They've still got 2.5 minutes to go. It's a long time in a game of championship football in Tyrone, but they're in possession of the ball away across on the far side, and it's Cathal Donaghy that has it. Launches the ball into the inside forward line, trying to win possession of the ball in there. They've got possession once again, Loughmacrory. Back out the field of play towards Dara Curran. Dara Curran has Owen McElhone if he wants to use him. He's Arnie Masadulkas there if he wants to use him as well. Arnie has possession of the ball. Is he going to get it back to McElhone? McElhone's racing down through the centre. Still McElhone in possession of the ball. Offloads possession right across to the far side, and it's gone beyond Ronan Fox. Very out close to the end line over there. Ronan Fox moves possession back out the field of play, out to Pádraig Mina. Oh, look at all these players, the experience of this Loughmacrory side, all the years that they've spent prepping for today. Never ever won a senior championship, never won a senior championship match, never won an intermediate championship title. They've won plenty of senior championship matches, I'm sure, but never won an intermediate championship title, never won a senior championship title. They're 90 seconds away as they have possession of the ball once again. The Trillick men are working hard to win it, and there's a free in, and surely Oisín O'Kane will come up and take this one.
Yeah, and I think that's a perfect idea. Let's kill time, and then if he does put it over the bar, it means Trillick have to either go for the goal or a 2-pointer. As we've got Ryan Grimley coming on here now for Pádraig Mina. So,
well, quite appropriate that Ryan Grimley comes on, his own club prior to joining Loughmacrory, Madden in an Armagh Senior Championship final this afternoon as well, and he comes on for Loughmacrory, and the man that he replaces is Pádraig Mina, I believe. He's gone across the far side, and Oisín O'Kane is elected against it. Well, that has wasted another maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Ball into the hands of Rory McCullough. We're into the last minute of additional time here. Can Loughmacrory hang on? They're just 55 seconds away from immortality. If this team can win this championship, they will be regarded as the greatest ever team to come from this that part of the parish. As the ball goes across, Owen McElhone gives possession of the ball away. The ball is won by Loughmacrory once again to Arnie Masadulkas. There's a chance here for Loughmacrory to seal it. The ball has gone in, and it's gone out to the right of the post, and it's gone wide. It's gone wide, fourth wide of the second half for Loughmacrory, but we're deep into injury time. There's only 30 seconds of normal time left, and the Trillick men must make something happen from here. But the ball's out round midfield, and it's been won by Cathal Donaghy over there, and Trillick trying to win possession back. They've won the free. Yes, it's a free to Loughmacrory, and we're going to have to turn our attention very shortly, but we're going to wait for the final whistle for man of the match here. But this, what a game of football. Away across the far side, it's Rory Bennon that picks up a yellow card, but it's so late in the contest. Can Loughmacrory create history here in Healy Park this evening?
So I would say with the sub, are we looking at maybe an extra 30 seconds or so? But this one free kick is massive.
The kick will be taken here shortly, but they have got to find Loughmacrory hands. They do not want a turnover. Ball is dropped into that inside forward line to Rory McCullough. Rory McCullough has it, and Loughmacrory have it. Loughmacrory are the 2025 Connolly's of Moy Senior Football Champions for the first time ever. What a return on 50 years of investment.
Here it's, that community as all week has been talking, and the players have been working hard, and they are absolutely, rightly so, are celebrating like there's no tomorrow. And what a performance. And it was fitting there that some of the top players that have come through their youth system over the last few years stood up in the big moments, and there'll be a lot of proud Loughmacrory men and women and a whole community this evening.
Incredible scenes down on the field as Loughmacrory win their first ever Connolly's of Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship here at Healy Park in Omagh. When you think back down through the various teams that have been playing it, the likes of Stevie Conway, the likes of Ronan Ward and Enda Ward, and men that have talked out in the past, Paddy McDonald had talked to them all last night down in Loughmacrory, and then there was a quiet steeliness and there was a determination that this was going to happen. What you're seeing out there at the minute is the outworkings of a community that is absolutely united in the belief that they could do it. And when you take the fact that has resulted in years and years of work, from the work that's going on in the primary school right through to the work that's going on in the training pitches at underage level. Loughmacrory were trending in the right direction, and Loughmacrory have delivered a first ever senior football championship title for that part of the parish this evening and for that community, and there's going to be a serious week of celebrations in the village.
They've earned it. I think I have a few friends that I have in the place and a few men, and I know the work that they've been putting in, and I think you hit the nail on the head. They're getting it right at the primary school level, and they've got football men in there, and obviously education is important, but they're also making sure that they understand what it's like to be a person from Loughmacrory, and you've seen with the fans throughout the day, and they're a proud group, and they can always be the first, and somebody always has to be the first, and I'm delighted for them, like Martin Boyle there, that's come in and sort of been the head man in terms of the football, and he's a gentleman, and he has delivered, and he'll be a hero in that club forever. And and then you even go to the chairman, Shane McCullough, Rory's dad, and there's not too many better men about in the whole country, and and him at the head of it, running it, and looking after everybody, and the whole community buying into his vision, along with the likes of Kieran Mina and Ryan Keenan and Mark McCullough and boys like that. And it's just delighted for them, and it just shows you any club, you just got to get the things right from the youth level up, and the players will follow. And delighted for that young group of players and the people that have all put in the endless hours.
When you think of the men that have led them there, Marty Boyle, Kieran Mina, their own clubman, Mark McCullough and Ryan Keenan, the hours and hours and hours of work that they've put in down through the years. Luke Bard come in, trained them to within an inch of their lives, I think, this year, of course, as well. Stephen McCullough, I think the boys were saying that the first word he ever spoke was Loch. He got it out of his mouth early. Owen Mullen, Connell Grimes and Pierce Grimes, and you think of those lads out in Australia and what they're looking into here this evening in Healy Park in Omagh. Dermot, man of the match.
Here it wasn't easy, when we were looking at all the scores and different things, and you like Rory McCullough there, you have Cahill Donoghue, who was unbelievable in the second half, but any bit of magic and any bit of stuff that needed to happen, and you look at even there the free kick that after Michael McNamee was fouled from a kick out, who did Oisin O'Kane look at? It was Owen McElhone, and any Pearson run, any bit of movement, Owen McElhone added that bit of magic, and he is just a young man that has a few medals in the back pocket. But I would say this one will be the sweetest for him.
Cahill Donoghue didn't have a bad game either. Middle of field, he kicked a 2-pointer and 3 from play. I thought he was all over the place as well. Rory McCullough finished with 6 points in the evening. He's a top scorer in the championship this year as well. But the celebrations will go on and on and on. But now we have to when this all settles, they've got Kilcoo here in a fortnight.
Yeah, that'll be. I know they would have played the likes. When they just come up to Division 1 in Tyrone, they would have went and played all these top teams about the province, just to know what it was like to play against these top teams. And I know they went and played Kilcoo a few times down through the years, so it'll be one that they'll have already had a feel of them, so here. But tonight is about just being the first team ever, and I am sure they will enjoy themselves in Loughmacrory this evening.
No doubt about it. I said I was down there last night. I don't know, it was standing room only for a chat show that they wanted to run, and they were very nervous about running it. I know all week they were thinking, should we not do it? But their attitude was, well, we may never be back here. We have a community here that wants to be together. They want to be together the night before the game. We put 6 pounds through last night. Past players, chairman, ladies GA. The ladies GA is on the rise in Loughmacrory as well. And now they've delivered the Holy Grail, the biggest prize that there is in Tyrone football.
And I'm just thinking of the few boys that have come through our hands in Omagh CBS, and you're looking at 5 Donoghue brothers, and the fact that Owen Donoghue did the cruciate against Galway, and that would have been a massive loss for the whole team, because he was flying all year, and then you've got Anton Fox. He unfortunately hurt the knee against Gorchin in a league game, and boys like that there that they were able to do it without them as well, which just shows you that they had just this unbelievable drive that nothing was going to stop them.
But a quiet inner belief that they could go about their business. You know, they came into today's game. There was no excuses about the 9 days and the fact that Trillick had 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There was zero excuses. It was these lads are ready, and they showed it to, you know, this evening here in Healy Park. There was the pressure came on, of course, at various stages. We talked about the championship quarter, that they actually lost the championship quarter, the third quarter by a single point, and Trillick put them to the pin of their collar right at the end. But to come away with that 2-11 for Trillick to 18 points, didn't quite get to the 21 points you were talking about, no. But they got enough on the board.
They got enough on the board, and the big one, you know, when they're looking back on it, is that their kick-out press of Joe and just in general, the Trillick kick-out was just on such a level that Trillick just conceded heavily very, very quickly. And you think about it, they were 3-0, Loughmacrory were 3-0 down, and within 6 minutes they were suddenly 7-3 up. You know, and that momentum grows belief. And you go back to that point, you know, they had this inner belief in them. But that inner belief comes from the work. You know, they know they have the work done. They know that they have been training for years for this. And you know, you think back to last year, you know, some people had left Pomeroy thinking that they had beat Dungannon, and yet they lost there, and there was massive heartache then. You know, having dismantled a Galway team that, you know, were flying, you know, in Healy Park in the first round, and this year they have just taken their level to a point where they can call themselves county champions.
Absolutely. I know Paddy's working hard to get an interview way across the far side, and that'll be coming to us very shortly. And I think we can hand over to Paddy Hunter, who I'm not sure who's got with him, but we'll hand to Paddy here now.
Thank you very much, Damien and Dermot. Kieran Mina, what does it mean to you? You've managed these lads, you've grew up with these lads, and you've won a first ever county title.
I don't know, you often hear people saying it's surreal and you can't put it into words. We've given our lives to this for 10 years to build ourselves from where we were. 12 years ago we lost a junior final here. We came up through the playoffs, finished in 6th place in Division 2. We were never even in an intermediate final before. I sat in that stand or on that terrace for maybe 20 county finals here, and I looked at the teams marching around after the band, and I says, will my club ever be there? Could we ever have a day, even one day in the sun, even to be in a final, never mind win one? That's well hard to put into words, Paddy. The Carrickmore game in the semi-final was titanic battle there was wild pressure in that game for various different reasons. You know, no matter what the commentary is about us and Carman, we have wild respect for them, you know, wild respect for their players and management in particular. There was wild pressure in that, and then the fact that it went to a replay. But we felt straight after that game, and I sent a message into the WhatsApp this morning about 4:30 when James Donaghy was bearing down in goals in the semi-final, and when Tiernan Loughearn scored the penalty, and I said to the boys, I think our name's on it, lads. That was almost like a freedom and a liberation to go and play today. And we looked at that video. We had only 9 days to prepare. Sometimes when you have too much time, you get swept away. And we met Saturday. We done a bit of training Sunday. We trained Tuesday. We met Wednesday. We trained Thursday. We met yesterday. We spent that much time together that we cocooned the players in their own bubble. And when we really scrutinised the Carrickmore video, we said, you know what? There's another 50% of it in terms of our improvement, and probably only for the goals today, we probably would have. You know, I think on balance, I think it's fair to say it's reasonable to say we're the better team.
On a personal level, it must be extra emotional for you, having played, having coached, having managed.
I can't put it into words. I can't explain what it means. We're a wild, proud, small community that have had really hard times over the years through various things outside of football and all the rest. Just to see what it means to our people, we've come from nothing. We were one of the worst clubs in Division 3 that's found it hard to keep it together for a long time during the troubles. To come from where we've came from to be Tyrone County Senior Champions, it's unbelievable, Paddy.
Kieran, thank you so much. Go and enjoy that. I think we've Owen Michael home, man of the match this afternoon. Owen, congratulations. Big hug from Kieran Mina, naturally so. Owen, congratulations. What does it mean personally?
It means absolutely everything. Just when this club was built 50 years ago, we were always striving for one thing, and it was today. There's been some tough days over the course of them 52 years, when getting beaten junior finals in 2013 and not going up from Division 2 for a few years, but no, we just kept pushing. Everybody played their role. The players, everybody worked that bit harder just to keep pushing and pushing, and it all paid off today.
A remarkable year for you personally. This probably tops it all though.
Yeah, 100%. Like, it's obviously playing with Tyrone under 20s is a complete privilege, and really grateful for that, but to win the O'Neill Cup with Loughmacrory is something special.
It has to be, and so many family connections with you and with the group. Your grandfather and everybody was involved in the club from day one. It must be extra special.
Yeah, it definitely is. Just seeing all your friends and family there, first people onto the pitch to hug you, just shows you how special it is.
And the people you grew up with, the lads you grew up with from under 10, under 12.
Yeah, exactly. And Cal's just saying, like, we did it. He's now coming 28, 29, and he's just the epitome of leader and hard work, and just everything he's did to get here and get us here is just, I can't thank him enough for it.
Go and enjoy yourself, Owen. Thank you very much. Damien, back to you.
Good on, Paddy. Great to hear the voices of Kieran Mina and of course Owen McElhone and Dermot. You were part of the under 20 setup, but yeah. you know, you have to acknowledge the fact that winning with Tyrone is incredible, but winning with your club is everything.
Yeah, like, I suppose I've had the privilege of teaching Owen, and you know, many is a time in the classroom the discussion got round the county championships, and you know what it meant to be play for your club and things, and you know, him and Rory and ED in particular, the three of them were always massive Loughmacrory men, and anything they could do for Loughmacrory they would do, and you could see he was emotional there, and you know, because he knows what it means to himself and to his family and to all his friends and that community, and you know, he's a credit to the club and to his family, and you know, I'm delighted for him because he's a gem of a young man.
Yeah, absolutely. Not sure we have another interview ready. Yeah, so the captain of Loughmacrory, Nathan Kelly's about to head up the steps of Healy Park to lift the O'Neill Cup, but we haven't before.
Nathan, congratulations. What does it mean to you personally? This must be your best ever day.
It's hard to really articulate in words how I'm feeling at the minute. It's a bit of an out-of-body experience. I suppose it's something that we dreamed of our whole lives. I suppose around Loughmacrory, you wouldn't really be meant to be dreaming of lifting O'Neill Cups, and that's the God's honest truth.
But you were. You studied. When I talked to you 2 weeks ago, you did think. Yeah. You believed, and everybody believed in the parish.
Yeah, but we've believed for years, Paddy. Yeah, like we've won about our work quietly, but we've won about it well, and there's a lot of brilliant people in our club. And listen, past members, people who founded the club, past committee members, past players, everybody built towards today, and you know, it's just unbelievably special, and I hope everybody is able to take this in, because I'm not really able to take it in at the moment.
I think everybody appreciates, just see the outpouring of emotion from people here from 2 years of age to 92 years of age. They're all out here supporting you, and they've all supported you all along this campaign.
Yeah, like our support's been absolutely unbelievable. It's, you know, going down the stretch there today and we heard the roar, it was seismic, you know, and it really gave us the boost that we needed. And listen, we just can't wait to get back to Loughmacrory and celebrate this with our people, you know.
Marty Boyle is with me.
He's going to see the wife first.
Marty's going to see his wife first. Nathan, we're going to let you get the cup now in 1 second. But for you personally, against the Trillick team that everybody talked about, well, he's really proved a lot of the soothsayers, the naysayers wrong.
Oh, listen, bookies are bookies, and whatever people want to peddle, we were able to cope with it, and we've been able to cope with it all year. The big thing for us this year, in my opinion, is we have matured into a team of men. You know, as Marty always says, you can't be young and up and coming all the time.
I was just going to say it.
Yeah, so listen, we reached out. It was there for us. We reached out and we took it with both hands, and we've made a bit of history.
You go and take that cup with both hands. You deserve it, Nathan. Well done. Well done. Well done. Marty, what does it mean to you? That must be an extra special occasion there today. And what a battle between one of the best two teams I've seen in a long time. What a contest.
Aye, Paddy, probably along the line you don't appreciate how good a game it was, or you know, you're in the moment and all the rest. So we'll watch it at some stage. It mightn't be the night, but we'll watch it again. No, listen, everybody tells me it was a great game, you know what I mean, and that we played well. You know, listen, I'm quite sure a lot of narrative and feeling was around the place. You know, Loughmacrory's first time in the county final that they mightn't perform, but never the second out, these boys would perform. And we knew that there was a storm coming, and we knew that our boys would stand up, and they did. You know what I mean? Trillick at back level, we went and won it.
You showed a great bit of ingenuity and commitment throughout that contest there today, especially whenever they come back so strong and started off so strong.
Aye, no, listen, they're a serious team, you know what I mean, but we made it all about ourselves and we chatted all about ourselves, you know, that we felt we were good enough, and we spoke about the fact today that, you know, we didn't have to be anything else but ourselves, and we had to be the best version of ourselves, and that was going to be good enough, and ultimately that's what's proved. We've been tested in every championship match this year, and we've come through it, and you have to be tested, and that's the beauty of being tested. To come through it the other side, you grow and you get stronger and you mature, and you know, I heard Nathan then of Nathan's interview there, he talked about maturity, and we spoke at the start of the year, you know, about being mature, and what does maturity mean? It means being confident in yourself, and it means being able to carry confidence, and we've done that.
You talked about these lads developing and growing. They have certainly grown up today.
Absolutely, you know what I mean. They're unbelievable sportsmen. People see them every day, the way they train, the way they live their lives. They come out of there. It's absolutely no surprise they're here. They're here on this stage, Paddy.
Marty, go and enjoy it. Congratulations to you. We're caught up with all the Loughmacrory fans. Damien, back to you.
Thanks very much, Paddy. I know that Martin Sludden has just presented Rory McCullough with the top scorer award. But there's a bigger presentation, or just about to present Rory McCullough the top scorer award, but there's a big presentation on the way very shortly, and we'll take that live as it comes. So there's the top scorer award going to Rory McCullough. No doubt about it, he finished with 6 points this evening here in O'Neill's Healy Park in Omagh, and he collects his top scorer award from the president of Tyrone, Patsy Forbes.
27 overall then, Damien, is it?
27 points, yep, he's finished for this year, and the big one is on the way, and we'll go live across to the far side, and we'll let Martin Sludden take over the reins and get his speech ready ahead of this presentation.
Connolly, today marks months of dedication and passion and skill, and I want to thank all our club players throughout our 3 championships for making our championship the best in Ireland. Firstly, I want to express my sincere gratitude to Vivian on my left here of Connolly to the Moy for his generous sponsorship over the last 3 years, and appreciate him renewing the partnership for another 3 years. Thank you, Vivian. To Mark Loughlin, and all our match officials, I want to thank you for your commitment throughout the season. I want to commend all the referees this year who applied the new rules so well. Thank you to all the referees. I'd like to acknowledge the tireless work of all our subcommittees and dedication who ensure the smooth running of our games program throughout the year. Your efforts are vital to the success of our competition. This time last year, as the night unfolded, we began to hear the heartbreaking news of Jodie Gormley's illness. In early December, Jodie passed away, leaving behind a deep void in our hearts and our community. To Daisy, James, Enya, Nee, and all the Gormley family, and to you, Trillick St. McCartans, your loss is felt by us all. Jodie's memory lives on in every corner of Trillick, every match that is played, and on every person he encouraged to believe to make himself better. I also want to pay respect to the late Katina McCartan, daughter of Sean and Claire, who passed away yesterday. In 1972, a new club was formed in the parish of Tyrone called Loughmacrory Subscription. In the early years, it wasn't easy to keep the club going, but over the last number of years, you have come to the fore. One of the best grounds in our county, new training pitch, changing rooms soon to open. Players playing at the highest level for Tyrone seniors, Tyrone under 20s, Tyrone under 17s, Tyrone under 16s, Tyrone under 15s. Tonight, the Loughmacrory Cup returns to the parish of Tyrone resort. And I must mention, after a 20-year absence, by the way. So, it gives me great pleasure now, and Vivian, on behalf of the sponsors, to represent the Loughmacrory Cup for the first time, the Loughmacrory captain, Connolly. It's an incredible honour to stand here today in Healy Park and accept the Loughmacrory Cup on behalf of this amazing group of players and the people of Loughmacrory. We've been referred to as an up-and-coming team. Well, I think it's safe to say tonight we arrive! The church, to the club and the players, you're a top-class side. You pushed us right down to the wire there, and that's what championship football's all about. And I've no doubt we'll be battling now again for years to come. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge the late great Jody Gormley, a man who gives so much to Trillick, to Tyrone, and to the game itself. His influence and spirit lives on through this Trillick team, and you're a credit to his legacy. Mark Loughnane and his team of officials today, you don't have an easy job, lads. You're not the envy of many people, but I think you've handled things brilliantly today and throughout the year and through all the years, so thank you to the officials. To the Omagh and Endless Club and Healy Park here, thank you for providing a pitch and an atmosphere worthy of a county final. To the Tyrone County Board, thank you for organising what we believe is the best club championship in Ireland. Year after year, it brings out the best in every one of these players around Tyrone. To our sponsors, for all your goodwill and support, especially over this last number of weeks, and to our main sponsor, Jackie's Nisa. I also want to give a special shout out to Father McAnally. Thanks for moving Mass to Saturday, Father. I think that's the kind of tactical switch we've been needing all week. To the lads around me here, we didn't just make history tonight, fellas, we became it. The commitment and drive that this group of players has shown in the past number of years is incredible. We've stuck together through setbacks and difficult times. Now we're going to enjoy the best week of our lives together.
lads who embody everything that we stand for as a group and are massive leaders in our dressing room. You have your county medals, lads, Owen Donaghy and Anton Fox. To our families, our parents, our wives and our girlfriends, you sacrificed so much to allow us to live out this moment. Thank you. To our committee and our chairman, Shane McCullough, for all your support. You've backed us all the way, and there's not a better committee across this island. To our management team, thank you for your belief, your guidance, and your relentless drive. You've shaped us into what we are here today. To Ciara and Polly, Aaron Bradley, Paul Burns, Posty, Collie Devlin, Kerry Quinn, and Christy McElduff for everything you do for us behind the scenes. To Barry Cullen, Ryan Keenan, Stevie McCullough, and Mark McCullough, you men embody what it is to be from Loughmacrory. You've been an unbelievable asset to our group, Mr. Connolly. Thank you for everything. To Kieran Mina, over the last 6 years, Kieran, your support and guidance has been a pillar of this team. Thank you for everything. To the gaffer, Marty boy, you brought everything together today, Marty, and without you we wouldn't be standing here. I think it's safe to say he might be the most popular gay man in Loughmacrory this evening. There's one more special person that I'd like to acknowledge. He had to take a step back from this group through a bad illness, and I know he's out there somewhere in that crowd proud. That's Martin McCall. To our unbelievable supporters, the roar today was unbelievable, and the support over the last few weeks has been incredible. This jersey isn't just ours tonight. It belongs to everyone who's ever worn it, supported it, and believed in it. And to all our young boys and girls, keep dreaming, keep training, keep believing. This is what happens when you never give up. Generations dreamed of this day. Tonight, we live it.
There you have it, folks. The men of Loughmacrory are the O'Neill Cup champions, and I believe that one of the staunchest and most stalwart of Loughmacrory men is alongside Paddy. Or not, as the case may be. We're just checking to make sure that Paddy's set up and ready to rock for another interview. I believe he is. Yeah, we can take that interview from Paddy now.
Yes, indeed, Damien. A man who epitomises Loughmacrory is what Nathan Kelly said. He's absolutely spot on. Stephen McCullough, what does it mean to you personally, first of all, to be a county champion?
It means everything. So it does. You know, most of our lives revolve around football, so they do. And the day, we dreamed of this day, we talked to our young lads about going up the steps of Healy Park. Well, we're only after just doing it. Nathan Kelly there, what a man there. Led our minors earlier this year, Clonmine double along with Mark McCullough. What a man and what an ambassador for the club. That speech he gave there was a speech for the ages. He's been taking underage teams from our club this past number of years, and he's led an unbelievable group. That group of players, we had the heartache this past 5 years. We started off in 2020 probably, we had our first right rattle at it. Dungannon beat us, so they did, up in Yalby after extra time. Then we come back the next year, Errigal beat us, Carrickmore beat us up in Pomeroy by a point. Then last year we had the total heartbreak of a last minute goal against Dungannon, so we did in Pomeroy. And our dressing room after that game was total carnage. But them group of players there, they didn't lie down. They just come back, so they did, time and time again, and they've got their just reward today. The work that they do during the winter nights when nobody sees it is unbelievable, and they deserve that totally today, so they do. I'm totally delighted for that group of players.
I have a man here who epitomises Loughmacrory as well, Mr. Chris Curran. Chris, unbelievable scenes, unbelievable day for you personally.
Well, it's obviously a big day for me personally, but the bottom line is every single person in our community, listen to that, live that, breathe that. We've been looking at this for a long time. Likes of this man, absolute legend. So many people in Loughmacrory have dreamt about this for so long. See, when you're here, we're just going to live the crest of a wave now. I have to say, this is just phenomenal. There'll be black and amber, and it won't sleep for quite a while.
I have Cahir Gallagher coming over to me now. Come here, Stephen. Finally, it's been an emotional day. It will be more emotional now over the next week.
Definitely will. You have to give tribute to that Trillick team, what they have come through. We greatly respect that team over this past number of years. And, you know, even that game the other day, what a superb game. And they're great ambassadors for the game. But, yeah, we'll definitely enjoy that so well, Paddy.
Absolutely, and rightly so as well. Cahir, congratulations. That was a tough one. You scored a massive goal in the semi-final replay. How did that fare compared to that? It's an emotional day. It's a big day for the parish and Loughmacrory Club.
It's very hard to even put into words. It hasn't even sunk in yet. That semi-final, obviously going to a replay, it was tough on us, our bodies. You know, we had to dig very deep the past few weeks, and then the same again the day with Trillick. That game was just back and forth, and you know, anything could have happened that day. But it thankfully went our way anyway. So I'm just glad to get over the line.
And what about Barney? He'll be smiling now, I can tell you.
There's a few men about here in tears, just of pure happiness, and it's unreal to see now. What we've done for these people of Loughmacrory, it's class to see it now, to be honest.
It has to be a special moment. Obviously it's an Ulster club to come now, but the celebrations are going to continue for a long time.
That's the last thing on our mind now at the moment now, but we'll get over this week anyway, and we'll take a few drinks and have a enjoy ourselves anyway.
Well done, Cahir. I have a man, the top scorer, the Patsy Forbes Championship. Rory, it's been some year for you, first of all, an All-Ireland one and everything, and now that's in a county title. Well, put that into words.
It's very hard to put into words, to be honest. Like, just look all over there. It's emotional. It's what you dream of as a young kid. You know, all you want to do is win with your club a championship. Some days it didn't seem possible, but we trained near enough every day of our lives, dedicated ourselves, and we knew one day we'd get a chance, and today we nailed that chance.
Really, it was a very tense, terse encounter between two very good sides. It must have been very tight going down the stretch, mentally as well as physically.
Yeah, it obviously, them games are mentally draining. You know, we just got to keep showing for the ball, present yourself, and thankfully all the lads done that. It was really stepped up there. Thought we were exceptional the last 5 minutes, like keeping that ball, even when we're under the immense pressure of Trillick, you know.
It's a phenomenal experience to win an O'Neill Cup, but to win the first, nobody will ever be able to do that.
I know, like our club, I've never won an intermediate, never mind senior. You know, 10 years ago, I think we were in junior. Today we're county champions. It's hard to believe.
It's a great feeling. You'll go and celebrate now. There's a man here with the O'Neill Cup. I have to talk to him. Thank you very much, Ray. Well done.
Nice. Roping enough foul by that.
How are you getting on? Congratulations. That must be extra special. Hold it up there. That's it. The O'Neill Cup. It must be extra special.
That's unbelievable, Paddy. Look, you can put whatever words around things, and you can appeal to people to put in the work and all the cliches that you want. But honestly, you see the community that we have, the players that we have, and the people that deliver. Not the know what you should do. You know the clubs that are full of people know what you should do. People are going, what can I do? What can I do to help? And you see the players, we need to do more. I talked about last November. We went out heartbreak against Dungannon. It was an injury time goal, took us out of it. Hard luck story again. 3 weeks later, there was men running up and down the pitch on Saturday mornings doing speed work, doing this, doing that. Barney was giving out about tracks on the pitch and everything else. But that's what it takes. And you see here tonight, that's what it's all about. It's the culmination of years of work. Years of work from the committee, from the community, and from them bunch of players there, because they believed they could do it and they believed they could get here, and there's no more hard luck stories.
I think when people talk about this championship, people talked about Loughmacrory way back at the start of the campaign, but surely very few, only yourselves, believed it.
Listen, I thought you can get a line on that, Cal. The reality is, they talk about tradition, and I that's a pet hate for me, because teams in recent years like Argyll, Dungannon, Trillick, what a fantastic team. Those are the teams that have earned the word tradition for me. At the end of the day, teams that have won 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago, that's completely irrelevant. The players are born in the last 10, 15 years. Those are the lads that are out there playing. Sure, what does it matter? All it is a weak mindset for the opposition, as in, are we going to be fearing because they won a championship 25 years ago, 30 years ago? No, we're not. And at the end of the day, the resilience that comes with the tough luck stories and the hurt and everything else, that's experience. And you could see it in that last 5 minutes there of the night. There was experience in that pitch that experienced the hurt, that we're going to learn from it, and they weren't going to lose that final there of the night.
It's going to be a massive couple of weeks, couple of months, I would say. But for yourselves, the work rate, or the work done over the years, and you go back to even through the 70s and 80s and 90s, the work that was done behind the scenes to establish Loughmacrory, first of all as a club, but as the setup as it is at the minute, and now county champions, it's obviously so much, it must be worth it all.
Well, it is. And look, people, with people come from all around the country, use our facilities, make use of the natural resource and the walk and the amenity that's there, and we're delighted to see people come in, and people will talk about God, you have great facilities and everything else. And that's what they could see. But we knew, because what we were doing in the background and what all the coaches were doing, all the coaching staff, the committee, the players themselves were doing over a series of years, we knew that we weren't just going to be talking about facilities, we were going to be talking about football, and we were going to be talking about teams, and we were going to be talking about brilliant players.
And champions.
And champions.
That's what it's all about. Thank you so much, because I know when you go to Loughmacrory, the welcome's always brilliant. There's emotional scenes here, and them scenes are going to last quite a while.
They are, and I just want to, just before we finish, I just want to pass on or acknowledge the role that Trillick have played in this year's championship. They had an incredible challenge last year, what they picked up with losing Jody. We have huge respect for Trillick. We have huge respect. What they done on that pitch there the night, never say die. The 3 games they had before this, they went into the last 5 or 6 minutes behind or level, and they went ahead every time in the last minute or two. So I just want to acknowledge what a tough year it's been for Trillick, the brilliant team that they are, the brilliant community and club that they are, and I want to thank them for what they've done there tonight.
Go to enjoy it. Thank you very much. Damien, that's it from this side of the ground this evening. Thank you so much for your help during the year. Thanks so much, of course, as well to Ger Tracy and to Con Martin as well. Damien, we'll hand back to you. Thanks to Polly, Barry here in the sideline. Back to you and Dermot in the commentary position.
Thanks very much, Paddy, and thanks to Paddy, of course, as well, who's coordinating, organised Tyrone TV throughout 2025. Just a final word of thanks. Thanks to Patrick Harvey here, who was alongside me here doing updating our stats throughout the game. Dermot, thank you so much. I think you had a brilliant co-commentary this evening on the game, and of course our thanks finally to the team at Mac AV who make all of this happen. It's been a remarkable championship. Dermot, do you want to sum it at the end?
Here Tyrone Championship never seems to fail to deliver, and yeah, it's been a joy. Whether you've been watching junior championship games, intermediate championship games, senior championship games, there's been unbelievable quality, and but the Kings of Tyrone tonight are Loughmacrory, and they'll enjoy having the O'Neill Cup.
A new chapter has been written in Tyrone GAA history. The men from Loughmacrory are the 2025 senior football champions. I hope they have a fantastic week.
Step into Tyrone, a place steeped in history and culture, from ancient traditions to vibrant modern life. It's a county that captures the heart, home to some of Ireland's most breathtaking natural beauty, landscapes that inspire and invigorate. And right here, in this special corner of the world, we have witnessed some of sport's most historic moments. From the roar of the crowd to the skill on the pitch, Tyrone GAA is woven into the very fabric of this place.
The answer is no. He finishes to the back of the net from our goal chance.
Over the past 30 years, champions have risen and legends have been made. Clubs like Errigal Kieran, Trillick and Pomeroy have etched their stories into history. Every year, new heroes emerge, each one carrying the pride of Tyrone's footballing tradition. And it's here in this hallowed ground that the passion continues to burn brightly. This is Tyrone. More than just a county, it's a feeling. It's home. Behind those incredible performances, behind the jerseys and the tackles are just everyday people. They're our neighbours, our friends, our family. These players are part of our towns and villages. And by supporting our local businesses, we're not just helping them thrive, we're nurturing the communities that produce the talent we admire on the field. For over 30 years, Connolly's of Moy has been supporting our community. From local families to local legends, we're proud to be part of your lives, offering a wide range of quality furniture, from cosy sofas to elegant dining tables, tailored to suit every home. From choosing the perfect place to signing off on your new furniture, we're with you every step of the way. And as the echoes of past triumphs inspire us, we look forward to the future. The story of Tyrone continues to evolve, stronger than ever. In 2025, Connolly's of Moy will once again be proud sponsors of this great championship. It's not just furniture that Connolly's of Moy are delivering this year. As proud Tyrone people, we are honoured to once again support the Tyrone GAA Club Championships, one of the most historic competitions in Irish sport. Being part of this incredible tradition is a privilege for us. It's about more than sport, it's about community, loyalty and the pride we share in where we come from. This partnership with Tyrone GAA isn't just sponsorship, it's a chance to give something back. That's why this year we're doing something special. In collaboration with O'Neill's Sportswear, we're giving GAA fans the chance to win big. O'Neill's is a name known in every corner of Ireland. For generations, they've kitted out clubs, counties and communities with pride. Their gear isn't just worn, it's earned. That's why we're proud to partner with them to offer a truly meaningful prize. O'Neill's and Connolly's of Moy have teamed up to give your club the ultimate gear upgrade. One lucky team will win a full O'Neill's playing kit, and every player will also receive a club-branded kit bag courtesy of Connolly's of Moy. It's a prize that could make a real difference to a club that lives and breathes the game. To enter, simply visit connolly'sofmoy.com/sport and submit your details. The winner will be announced on October 27th. Whether you're a player, volunteer or a lifelong supporter, we'd love for your club to be in with a chance. And of course, when it comes to furniture, there's still only one place to go. You'll find us on the Armagh Road in the town of Moy. You know the saying by now. Say it with me. Where do you want to be?